Going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the tournament. We're going to be getting this fired off here in just a second. Brackets are now live. Go time. Good luck. Have fun. All right, round one. So round one is upon us. We do have our opponent, who I believe his name is Wookiee, actually, which is pretty funny. So we're going to get that bad boy in here. And we're playing Chaos Dwarves on the top side. And on the bottom side, we're going to be playing Kislev again. Because I had so much fun playing them the other night. And like, let's give it another run. All right. Let's get it going, man. Yes, yes. All right, so first round opponent is going to be you. Must be you. Howdy. Are we playing? Not sure if this is who I think it is. That is an old post. It could be someone different. So let me go look up his name here. All right. So 21. Okay. Don't know who this is. Yeah, their Discord name doesn't match who they are, so hopefully they'll be able to find me in a moment. Is it you? Yo, I think we're up. I think I may have found him. Yo. Yeah, there we go. I found the lad. All right, let's get it going. Chaos Dwarves versus... We're not sure yet. We are not sure. Just watch the Chaos Dwarf trailer to get nice and hyped. Very fun. And he is top side of the bracket, therefore he is going to be banning first. And we are right over there. All right. You ban first. Shorps for me. What's up? Thanks for the stream as always. Should I paint my lion as modern Dark Angels or go with the First Legion colors? Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what the two look like. Let's see, the First Legion. So Dark Angels Heresy scheme? So they look different in the Heresy? Let's see what they look like. All right. Oh man, I couldn't decide that for you. That's too much of a question, brother. I don't know those schemes well. Yeah, I don't know them well. All right, what's cracking? How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. He's going to be banning Lair. What faction are you on? Gotta see what homie's playing. No, I'm not playing Ogres. No. Chaos Dwarfs. All right, so we're going to go to the Dwarfs. I think he's on Warriors of Chaos. So he's going to ban a Ragnarok Lair. Let's play Altar of the Champ. Or Dusted Step. Let's play Step. Good luck, have fun. All right, so we're going to be facing off against our opponent on the Dusted Step. Is going to be our battle map. And yeah, should be a good time, man. We got the schemes. We got the big plays coming in, and Wookiee is here to bless us. And there we go. Am I going to be covering the new 40K video? I might. I don't really do news videos. Like, when I get my hands on things and can actually, get gameplay stuff out there, I will do it. But I typically, if there's like a news or an update, like I don't do coverage videos. It's not really my thing as much. I don't like to give too much info until I've actually gotten my hands on things, but maybe I will. Dawn of War 4 had some interesting news out today. I don't know if you guys saw that about the multiplayer. So apparently Annihilation is going to be the default multiplayer, and objectives are available in multiplayer queue, but they have like 3 different queues, which I really dislike. It's just going to split the queue. Yeah, that was one thing I was a little bit disappointed about, but yeah. Because Annihilation can lead to like static, grindy battles, especially with like the auto reinforcing. I think like the tactical play of having objectives in a 40K game is way better. I don't know. But again, we can adopt whatever we want as the mainstream multiplayer for tournaments, right? At least we do have the objective games. It's not like it's not in the game. It's just weird that Annihilation is like their default. It's so strange to me. Because like even in Dawn of War 1, yes, Annihilation is prevalent, but there's also objectives on the map which can trigger a victory timer if somebody's turtling in their base too much. Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Hey, Mr. Keen, thank you. 2:30 in the morning. I've been following you since we used to wish you a happy birthday every day. Greetings from Italy. Hey, man, greetings. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Morgie, thank you for resubscribing as well, brother. All right. So, let's see what we're going to be doing. I got to start working on my army, because Wookiee kind of looks like a Chaos Dwarf a little bit, doesn't he? He has, like, Dowie Czar energy, I would say. Okay, let's do that, this, and we're gonna get that. Oh, they changed this item. Yeah, it's a pretty substantial change. And that and that. All right. I need to wake up and figure shit out. By wake up, I mean just zero in. You know, that's the idea. Okay, so Chaos Dwarves versus Chaos. So he's picking the banner, which is like the most similar to me. So I'm going to have to switch to a different one. What are we worried about in this matchup? I think we have an idea for the front line. Yes, good, Anakin, good. You used to have 143 birthdays a year. I mean, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong. We had a handful of those. All right, and then we're going to get you and you. I think this is a good choice. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Annihilation has a problem of not having too many of those really. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, as long as the objective-based game is like supported, and like also the other problem with like what they've decided is like which game mode do you bounce around? Because those game modes are going to be drastically different. You have domination, which is just base destruction, very grindy, very long. You have objectives, which is going to be more dynamic, and then you have Maelstrom, which is going to be adapting objectives, which is kind of fun, but also very imbalanced for competitive, if it's what I think it is. So, I don't know. We're going to have to see. Okay, so you guys are there. Let's get one more of you. Wonder what we're going to be dealing with here. What sort of evil our opponent will present. Okay, so we'll grab that. Yes. In reserve. But I will do probably a video on that subject, because that actually is quite interesting to me. No, we don't want you guys. Let's do that. 3 of these bad boys. And do we end in or do we know end in? That is the question. Can you queue for multiple options? We don't know yet. We don't know. Yeah. We do not know. Okay. Just about ready. Just getting there, lads. And then we'll be good to fire it off here in a minute. Those guys are pretty awesome. Yeah, should put up a decent little fight there. Could maybe stack one of you guys in the midst of that formation. I like that. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, last minute adjustments. Let's get you homies, or maybe one more of these. These guys are a little bit more strong and independent. The Demon Train in this matchup, I'm trying to think about what it would be good against. Infernal Guard Fireglaves definitely have a good screening tool. Iron Demons in general are just kind of annoying, so probably just having at least one as an option is good. Yeah, I would guess that's the case. I don't hate this army. I think it's fine. Yeah, I think we got our tools we need and are more or less good to go. More or less. A Bolt Thrower build? Yeah, I don't like Bolt Throwers too much for the Chaos Dwarves. They're a little haggard. Honestly, in most factions, Bolt Throwers are really niche, if used at all, in my experience. Yeah, these guys are pretty freaking cool. Pretty freaking cool. Yeah, that's better. And then we can cut you, and that leaves us with this. All right. Do we have the tools we need? How fast are they? They are very expensive, so I think that's just straight better. 1 like equals 1 Kadai Destroyer. Yeah, that's quite a bargain. It's quite a bargain deal right there. 1 like equals 1 Kadai Destroyer. Kadai Destroyers, I'll try and slip one in today at some point. I don't know when it's going to happen, where it's going to happen, but if we can find a way to, get a Kadai game, we will. All right, good luck. Have fun with my opponent. I think I'm ready. I think the build has tools to deal with a little bit of everything. So we will see what my opponent's got cooking here. What evil schemes are afoot. Kyle, thanks for being a member for 61 months. Been a minute since I watched live. Well, welcome back to the party. Yeah. Welcome back to the party, my friend. Yeah, personally, for, coming from Total War, I do feel that having one designed competitive multiplayer game mode, even if it's more casually oriented, is better. The community will focus on one game mode. It doesn't split the queue. It makes the competitive scene more cohesive, and it's easier to bounce around, I think that for me is probably the feedback I would give. Not that it's, obviously it'll fall on deaf ears, but You're good, man. Let's do it to it. All right, so it begins. So here's the army we got. We got some unpaid interns in the front who are going to be getting up and getting slaughtered for Hashwitz. That is their job, to get mulched by Forsaken and Marauders and things like that. All right, awesome. Then we have 2 Dowizar warriors who are going to be our capture weight natural sustain. And then I have 1 unit of blunderbusses right here. The blunderbuss is just a utility piece. Astro Chad with Flamestorm and Kadai Fireborn are really good because they beat trolls and they also beat most of the infantry. So that is going to be what the Rock is cooking today. All right. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. I think we're all set, and he's got about 12 units, so probably going to be a similar composition. And we will do it. Lore accurate unpaid intern activities. Very lore accurate, yes. Being sent to your demise, very much the intern experience. Being thrown into sacrificial fodder. While the dwarven managers just kind of do as they please. Zulahu! That's right. Astrogoth's here. Let's go out there a little bit. Yeah. It's a great map, though. I like this one. The Dried Floodplain. Yeah, it's good. Floodplain? Floodplain, I think is what it is. All right, so opponent is on the Warriors of Chaos. Forsaken, pretty meta. Armored Chaos Trolls definitely see a little bit of play, but that's why Kadai are great, because they'll beat all those things. What am I worried about? What are the biggest issues? Maybe like a Hell Cannon could be kind of annoying, although I do have some artillery myself that I could call in to do a little bit of shooting. Evil Santa, he really is Evil Santa, isn't he? All right, so it's going to be Valkia. Yeah, Valkia makes sense. That's why you bring Astrogoth, because he can beat Valkia in a fight. And then we got some Marauder Horsemen, a bunch of Marauders out here, Marauders with great uppins, more Marauders, and holy shit, yeah, he's got the Marauder Tide of Doom. All right, so we're going to go get this objective, and then we're going to go see if we can roll in the middle and keep him from getting that. All right. Astro Chad is on his way out. We should be able to screen him here, and then from there, what do we call in? We'll see. We will read the room. That is actually an Exalted Hero. Interesting. Okay, so we got an Exalted Chad. We're going to decap this, and I'm happy to farm any value we can out of the Exalted Hero, if at all possible. Yeah, I don't have like huge expectations of getting this objective, but any sort of trading here. Demon Shield was on Valkia, which is definitely probably a little bit too early to pop that, in my opinion. But all good, and I could call it a Death Streaker, but it's going to be kind of hard to protect. I think just getting some more Kadai out on the field is going to be really nice. So we're going to get another Kadai up here. All right, so just keep playing on the objective, keep kiting, yeah, doing your thing, and we do get the point, which is good. And the Exalted Hero is actually losing a bit of HP. That's a nice one right there. That is a nice one. All right, so we got another Kadai coming out. Let's see what he decides to do. Keep shooting at the Exalted Hero. And if you guys can move a little bit faster, I know you're dwarves, but I would greatly appreciate it. And let's go ahead and take Fire at Will off and just sit on the edge of the objective and just manually shoot. So we're going to give it a little bit of manual DACA right there. All right, so we are holding on to the point. Another Kadai is coming in. And the blunderbusses, unfortunately, don't have the most range. So they're not going to be the most effective here against these guys. But if he does slip up, I could punish him for his sins. All right, so these guys are all going. And we can get the Chaos Dwarves to get in, set up. Kadai, need to move up there, get on you guys. A little bit of this, and we can put on auto fire right now. And probably call it an Infernal Guard Fireglaive, to be honest with you. I think that's going to be the play that we actually do try. All right, so you guys go there. You guys are going to step into the woods for a little bit of screening. We go right here, and you guys pull back, and we get you down and under. All right. So as long as we are melting some of these guys, using Astrogoth to chase down the Horseman characters is going to be strong. But we should be pretty favored in this little fight right here. Let's go ahead and blunderbuss the Severed Claw. I think that's going to be a nice one. And we do manage to break one of those units. Let's call you in now and get the Fireglaves rolling over nice and dirty. All right. So the blunderbusses did connect a little bit. Let's go ahead and give a fire order. And let's see if they are going to shoot. I don't know if they will. Decent damage, though. Now's a good time for a Flamestorm right here, so we're going to pop it like it's hot. We're going to pull you back, and we are going to get these Chaos Dwarves in there fighting the Severed Claw. So now we just need to win this blob fight, which I think we have pretty decent chances of doing. Let's keep running with you, get these Kadai back, and roll them over this direction, and we can get this in there. All right, final transmutation on just the one unit there won't be too bad. That's for sure. Let's get a Doggo Rider, do this, pull you back, get the Fireglaves over there screening. Very good, and Valkia seems to be having a hardish fight right now, which is great. All right, so is he force chasing me? I can't tell. We're just going to kind of plop you down and see what's cooking. Fireglaves are going to mow these dudes down, and we can hit them from the side with this as well. All right, so back in the front, seems like our Kadai are doing just the work of the gods, although some of them are getting melted. Gotta watch out. Astrogoth can pop the Black Hammer of Fashut, keep laying into him, and the Hellstriders there are about to get folded like a piece of paper. Blunderbuss, get it on you, get it on you. And we need to get away from the freaking halberds there. They are the issue. Yeah, Valkia getting smashed up, and we do win that fight right there. Fire Chads are going to move, and we're, I think, well ahead on value. Let's try and dodge that if we can. And we can move and maybe threaten other objectives. See how it's going to go. But the Severed Claw are getting taken to Pound Town, which is good. In the meantime, Valkia is getting hunted. Let's get you guys to shoot at these, pull you back, and let's get Astro Chad back and just play it kind of safe. All right, so that fight went well. The Hellstriders are offline for now. Collins, we can get a Armored Piercing Boy coming over here just to give us some capture weight a little bit later on. And they are staying still. Do I try and Flamestorm them? I think, ooh, that was unfortunate. He moved right as I cast it. Granted, it still is going to make contact. Yeah, not great, though. That was a little bit haggard. All right, so let's get you guys diving. You and I are going to come down and under and prepare to push on the next objective. These Blunderbusses are going to go here, you're going to go here, and Fireglaves are going to go right here. So the positional play is going well. The dudes are getting dragged down a little bit. Let's get you, and I guess we can stack one Fireborn on top to try and finish them, and we can have Astrogoth come help too. And now we just kind of slow push out to the other objectives. Let's get the Blunderbuss shooting there. Fireglaves are going to be scooting up as well. And the old Hobo Archers, they wait in the wings. Yeah, Astrogoth should be able to take on Severed Claw pretty effectively. It's kind of a bit of a counter situation for him. Valkia is Demon Shielded. We're going to see if we can get this Exalted Hero, so we're going to blast him and blast him. See if we can get a little Last Samurai action coming in. And the fighting on the objective is definitely favored for us. I do kind of get in the way of my own unit. Good juking, though, on my opponent. Very nice. And let's get a Demon Train coming in. The Demon Train is going to be an excellent sweeper here. Nice Sleipnir. And Kadai can move in, peel a little bit, and it looks like Severed Claw is about to be broken. The Exalted Hero has seen better days, and the Chaos Dwarf Warriors, let's get them in. Demon Train is going to go in full effect. Really nice bombardment over there. That did a shit ton of damage. Thankfully, we're kind of chilling right now. All right, so are we making contact? Valkia's pushed back. The Demon Train is a little ways off. Let's go ahead and give it the speed and acceleration buff. Move you guys back, and you guys can pop out of the woods, do a little ambush right there to buy time for our boys as they try and retreat. Kadai are a very good counter against Valkia. They do a bunch of damage. So we're going to form the ranks here, and we're going to get Astro Chad to move over this way. Hopefully we'll be able to. And now we can do a big loop. Actually, we'll just save up for a call-in on the other side to do like a double teleport or something. Kadai, of course, hard counter the Forsaken, which is the whole reason I bring them in this matchup. Those guys getting chewed up, and the Great Weapons will be in there soon as well. All right, so you Chaos Dwarves form ranks. Let's get the Kadai coming over there, and Astro Chad can get in with his Black Hammer of Hashut. Lay a bit of a boinking on you, and the Blunderbuss, let's turn on this guy, and the other guns here, we can turn on you as well, and let's get you around the outside. All right, so the Demon Train is coming. It's just very slow, but it is on the way over, and it looks like my opponent does escape from the wrath of my units there. The Exalted Hero got Last Samurai by my shooting. I don't know if you guys saw that. And then the train's going to come in and just kind of try and finish the job. We'll see if they can. Hobos stay on top of the Marauders. Maybe they're going to be able to take them down. We'll have to see. We do get some Doom Knights coming in, so a little bit tricky. I don't have any Artie here, but Astro Chad can maybe give them some grief. This character core's running away. Do we have any ammo left on our mobility pieces? We have a little bit. Yeah, not a lot, but something. All right, Blunderbuss is tied up in melee, but we should be able to peel them, protect them here in a second. So that's going to be ours, looking nice. And now what we can do, since we have such a lead, is we can grab 2 horsemen and just go ninja. I don't normally like to do ninja plays like that if your opponent is on even keel with you, but if you're really ahead, it usually is a good idea for closing out the game. All right, so let's get you in there. The guns are on the way. Astrogoth Zulahu, yes, all right. And let's get you on this point. And it looks like my opponent actually had like a full Rage Boner waiting over there, so we got to run. Yeah, we got to run. Just grab this. Probably will unsummon these archers, although they still are cost-effective capture weight horsemen, so there is that. All right, so the middle objective goes to us. Fire Chads are going to move over. Let's pull you guys back. You guys are just going to guard. Let's do a little bit of unsummoning here. The Blunderbusses can shoot these horsemen. And the train is in what kind of health? Ooh, Valkia actually gets wrecked by Demon Trains, believe it or not. So that's a good fight for us. All right, move it on over. It's going to be a Hound unit, so it's going to be 1 Chaos Warhound. That's going to be another one. We'll die both of them with those. The guns are going to come to form ranks and get some good shots in. How are we looking here? The Demon Train is, it's doing what it can. It's seen better days. All right, so we do see a lot of scary. Infernal Guard, going to shoot at you. Astro Chad is going to drop a Flamestorm just to trigger Kindle Flame and get rid of the Hound units, which is going to be nice. And we can just use these guys to kind of sweep all that junk off right now. Yeah, just make sure they don't come back. And our flank came in pretty effectively there. All right, so how's that looking? Yeah, that objective looks secure. Let's go ahead and get some Bull Central renders coming up, and I don't really have a whole lot else to call in, so we're just going to move up what we can. Is it, you have 2 factions? Okay, so you have, each player has 2 factions to play with. Yeah, so like when you, it's a double elimination tournament, so when you win, you keep playing the faction you're playing, but if you go to the losers bracket, then you switch to your secondary faction. So it just gives a little bit of build diversity and is generally pretty fun. Astrogoth's hula hoop. Dude, oh, that would be a really funny meme, actually. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, so we're going to head over there. You guys, we can keep you in the mix, have you just keep grinding right there and fighting. We definitely need to unsummon some dudes. These Kadai should just disintegrate on their own, so I wager we don't need to worry too much about that. Demon Train doing it, and Astrogoth's thing is on cooldown here. Bull Central renders are on the way over, and we do manage to rout those forces. All right. Yeah, these are Infernal Guard Fireglaves, so they're actually halberds, so they will be able to trade very effectively into a couple of those units. Let's unsummon these blunderbusses, unsummon those wolf riders. I need to make sure I have something to bring out just in case this does go late. Train taking a bit of a hammering there, but we are not up on points quite yet. Let's pull back. Astrogoth is going to help clear out these marauders. The infantry will help screen. Some of the Kadai units are going down now, but we should be able to fold those guys up, and we are sitting pretty here. Death Shrieker. Yeah, let's call it a Death Shrieker. Go single rocket mode, and we're going to start shooting at the... I mean, we can shoot a Valkia for now, I guess. It's fine. Yeah, get up on the point, keep you guys screening, and all of you homies are going to go here. There are some Hound units back there. Don't really have anything to protect, so that's kind of annoying, actually. I could call it an unpaid intern, which is great, you know, but you don't want to give interns too much responsibility, or you can run into problems. All right, so let's go here. You guys screen. Flamestorm, yeah, not really too many good targets, honestly. The unpaid intern stand at the ready. And the Death Shrieker is shooting at... we should switch to that character. It's going to be a much easier kill. All right, so on this side, let's pull across the Fireglaves. Wolf Rider Chads can come and chase here. And it looks like we should be able to defend that. The unpaid interns should win that fight. They should win it. Although, maybe we just grab one of the Wolf Riders and have them go deep and deal with that. All right, so Chaos Dwarf Warriors kind of having a little bit of a hard time over there. But overall, should be fine. We got the guns moving up. Yeah, we're just going to have to eat this, because we're really, really good on points right now. We're very good on points. I don't know where he's hiding that unit. He's just going to be hiding him over there, I guess. We'll save our other call in, and the Death Shrieker rocket launchers are doing it. Yep, direct hit right there. Very good. And the Demon Train, we can just get it shooting right there, too. Flamestorm, not too many options for that. Fireglaves are on the way over, and we can move one Chorf over there to make sure that point's a little bit more safe. Let's collapse on you guys, get Astro Chad right there, and the Death Shrieker should finish off the mage. All right, yeah, we're going to hold that Death Shrieker back there. That's not a problem. We'll call on another Kadai and bring it down. Although it'll spawn right here. We can just use that to help clean that up. Very good. So now we can do a big overcasted Flamestorm right here. Let's see if my opponent's going to be dodging that. Hopefully not. We'll get the unpaid interns going in and get the Demon Train going there. And that's it's a juicy Flamestorm right there. That's the good stuff. That is what it's all about. All right. So you guys come up. Let's get the Death Shrieker onto Valkia. She's a really hard target to hit, but... Ooh, that Flamestorm cooked. Yeah, it did some great damage. We'll get the Demon Train in there to help clean up as well. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's get the Fireglaves over to shoot at Valkia as well. Kind of keep her honest. Astro Chad is gonna fight Valkia, or is he just gonna be kind of trapped up in this blob here? The train is doing what it can. Valkia does get boinked, and now we can pop the Hammer of Hashut and try and get a big hit. It's 720 weapons rank. Ooh, nice hit there. Yeah. Astrogoth's such a good character. He avoids the pitfall of like many a large character, not, you know, obviously being weak to anti-large and stuff, but yeah, that was good. And Valkia is going to get it here, so we're going to lay the hammer time down. Let's do that. And the rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in evil Chaos Dwarf air as the Fireglaves can screen out the Horseman, call in another blunderbuss, and it's going to move up. And Valkia is at like 100 HP, and it looks like the train ran her over. All right. Yeah, so that's game right there. That's game. That's game one of the tournament. Good start. You know, always good to open on a dub. Lately, I've been losing my first game and then winning a bunch after, but the first loss, it can be tough. No, I wouldn't say that my opponent here was a beginner. Definitely the build was decent. The Marauder Horseman, Valkia to counter the siege engines, mass great weapon spam. Those are instincts that come with game experience. Like the build had some very good elements in it. Yeah. All right. So, I mean, maybe not as experienced as myself, sure, but definitely not like a raw player. Okay, so let's do this. Unsummon you. Kislev will come. I guarantee you. We're gonna run into some Sweat Lord, and we're gonna have some trouble. Army losses? Is army losses or something like that can be triggered into these games? In the campaign and single player, yes. In the competitive multiplayer format, domination, no. No. It's more like a traditional RTS in that way. All right, GG. Well played to my opponent. Nice little match there. Yeah, so he had some elements of his build which are quite good. He had Valkia to deal with, the trains and the SE artillery pieces. He had the Final Transmutation caster to punish the Chaos Dwarf Demon Train blobs. The build was very designed to take on like a ladder Chaos Dwarf build. Like a lot of ladder players who play Chaos Dwarves, they just bring double train every single time. So having like Final Transmutation and Valkia to deal with that with the Marauder Horseman is quite good. It was relatively ill-equipped to deal with the Kadai. It didn't have the best answers there, but yeah, GG. Well played to my opponent. Nice little game. He played quite good. I just think the build was missing a couple elements to deal with the Kadai. GG, dog. Well played. All right, so now he is going to go to the bottom side of the bracket. He's not out of the tournament yet. And I will play the winner of the other side here. So this is going to be Chaos Dwarves. And that was, what the hell was that? Oh, damn it, Bobby. We were playing against Warriors of Chaos. All right. What faction do you think needs most love? Oh, man, I don't know. Skaven are pretty rough to play. But, like, I don't know. They got some ratty tricks, All right, so taking a look at the bracket, but probably Skaven. Yeah, Skaven feels like some suffering to play. It's like so much harder than the other factions. Okay. So here's the tourney. Here's the top side. We have the first round games going. Turtles are me. Oh, he's coming. We got Hitman Hippo up there too. Nice. Bigger Fish has been doing very well. We defeated Wookiee. We're going to be facing the winner of Antares and Guts down here. Boss Toss and Kanan. That's a really good match. Mr. Hill. Alexander Big Nuts defeating Rogue AI. Space Pope down here who won. Space Pope won last night's tournament as well. Not last night, but the night before. I don't think I streamed yesterday, did I? No, I don't think so. And then if you lose, you go down here. So it's, you can see people being placed in the bottom brackets, and then we'll follow that. Once I get knocked out, if I get knocked out, we'll follow it with great interest. All right. So let's look at the value a little bit. Yeah, Aster got 2,200. Blunderbuss got 15. Really nice. Kadai did really well. 1,300, 1,200 right there as well. 2,000 on the Fireglaves. You love to see it. And yeah, honestly, all the centerpieces performed very well. For my opponent, Valkia was held to about 800. Exalted Hero having a little bit of trouble as well. The Horsemen were probably the strongest element of my opponent's army. He was doing really good with the Horsemen. Yeah. Looking at the reserve army, we can actually do this right now. So if I were coming to play... let's see. So if I were playing Chaos Dwarves or Warriors of Chaos against Chaos Dwarves, I always think this is like an interesting thing to do. Let me just make sure my other opponent isn't waiting for me. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Yep, okay, so we're still waiting. We got a little bit of time. So if I was like in the tournament right now and I was playing against Chaos Dwarves, what would I bring? It's tricky. Probably go pretty wide out of the gates. I think something like this. And on a map like that, where I can hide a Hell Cannon, I for sure would get a Hell Cannon. Hell Cannons are really good against Chaos Dwarves, like super good. As long as you can protect it, of course. And to protect it, you have the Marauder Horseman. Now, Valkia is a very viable choice. She's very, very good. Sartorial is also a pretty good choice. Festus is a little bit too easy to snipe, in my opinion. I think foot characters or small size characters against Chaos Dwarves are risky. So, you can do... Yeah, Sartorial the Ever Chicken is always good, but he is vulnerable to being shot. But you can also use him to dive like gun lines. So Searing Doom, Final Transmutation, cut all his supporting abilities. Why are so many playing Warriors of Chaos over Norska? I don't know, Pone. I don't know. Alright, Arcane Conduit. Yeah, so you go like baseline chicken like this, and then you definitely want Hellstriders to control the mobility game. I think like at least 2 or 3 Hellstriders. They're just so good in that matchup. You could even do 1 Hellscourge one. I think is going to be fine. So now we got, what, 1,400 left in the build. Aecold Hellbrass is not bad. Dealing with Kadai, though, you shoot the Kadai with the Souls of Damnation, and then with the Marauder Horseman. That is like your main modality for dealing with those guys, right? Okay, so other options, you definitely want a Dreadmaw against Chaos Dwarves. Dreadmaws are super troll for Chaos Dwarves. You get underneath their blunderbusses and their other pieces, and you just make them have a bad time, basically. We could slip in like a Poison Hound just for Vanguard capture weight. And honestly, from here, we could bring the Rock of Inevitability. So this against Chaos Dwarves is a pretty nasty opening build, I think. Blood Beasts of Khorne are nice. Yeah, I like the Blood Beasts of Khorne. They're very good in this matchup because they're not weak to fire like trolls. So maybe you could go double Hellstrider, double Blood Beast. Blood Beasts are nasty, man. They will throw down with Kadai and lay hurt on them as well. All right, so for the infantry options, like a couple Forsaken are always warranted, I think, just for fast capture weight. Halberds are honestly not a terrible idea to mix in like 2 of those. Aside from that, for the rest of the build, you got the Bass, you got a lot of what you need. You can get a Manticore. Manticore, you can send them after Chaos Dwarf SEs, and they're really cheap and cost effective. I would even index maybe into 1 more of these, although I think we need some cheap great weapons to fight Chaos Dwarf infantry. So if I was playing Warriors of Chaos against Chaos Dwarves, this would be, yo, are you on stream right now? Yeah. Warriors of Chaos is definitely one of my best factions. I think I've had pretty decent success with them historically, and I think this build would be very, very strong. All right. Okay, let's check. So, is it working now? One of you is missing the map pack, yes. All right, guys, just got an admin on this other side here. Okay, he saw the build. Great. So our opponent saw the build. Save it, man. It's really, really quite good. You move in the Marauders. You get the objectives. You should be able to double or triple cap the Chaos Dwarves pretty fast. Hell Cannon hides somewhere and bombards the Kadai and or lead infantry. Dreadmaw shuts down their shooting. Chicken bombards their armor, nukes their blobs. And also Sartorial can fight Demon Trains effectively. And if they go heavy on Demon Train, you have a Manticore and Blood Beasts of Khorne to tie them down. And your infantry is diversified enough that it's going to be good against most things. You have Forsaken, which can counter Hobgoblins and Chaff. You have Marauder Great Weapons, which will trade well into Chorfs. And if they're doing mass spam like Kadai, you can call it Chaos Warrior Halberds, which will also fight well against Chaos Dwarf infantry. So, yeah. Where can I learn more about this? Army building and skill selection. I'm trying to get better domination. Just watch our tournaments and join our Discord, more importantly. If you want to get that skill set together really quickly, join our Discord. We have tons of high-level players. All right, so one sec here. That will help you, including myself. I'm like an upper mid-level, like low-level high player, I think. I'm like what Gandalf said, the highest peak of the lowest dungeon. I don't know if that works, but regardless, yeah, we can get you a Discord link here. Okay. So let me see. The guys playing in the round before me are having some compatibility issues. So Antares, do you both have map pack? All right. I recommend uninstall it fully. If so, then reinstall. That usually fixes it. All right. Hey, Turin, should I run 4 Rogaldorns or 2 Baneblades? 2 Baneblades. Yeah, come on, dog. The Baneblade is so cool. Copy that. Help you solve that outside the attorney. Okay, so we have our next round opponent. It's going to be Guts. So let me go ahead and fix this. And here we are. So check that, and we have our opponent. Okay, so Guts is going to be our homie here that we're playing against. So let's do this. Get him in there, and let's find the man. All right. Yo. So we got Tomb Kings versus Chaos Dwarves. It's an interesting matchup. Historically, I think it used to be kind of even, maybe a little bit. I can't remember, actually. A lot has changed since I played this one last. So let's get the maps, and I will be banning the first map. So we're doing Chaos Dwarves versus Tomb Kings now. All right, and there we are. I will ban... So we have the Jade Tomb, Glinty Tooth's Crag. I will ban the Jade Edge of the Darkwood. Yeah. Okay, so now my opponent's going to be picking the map. Just go back and find the videos with my OP builds. Yes, Pwn the GOAT. The GOAT of all time, dude. Oh man, guys, I got some fun news for you all too, by the way. So, one sec. Let me here. I just wanted to confirm something before I share it with you. One sec. All right, outstanding. So he's gonna ban that. So we play Jade Tomb. All right, so we're gonna be on the Jade Tomb. Okay, and we're gonna be on Chaos Dwarves. There we are. Outstanding. Yeah, some of their units are weak to fire, but it's not as much as you would think. The Death Shriekers are good to have in reserve, but Bone Giants hard counter them. So you might think, yeah, it's a little bit tricky at times. The Boner Giants can be a big problem. All right. So yeah, what I was going to tell you guys is that we are going to have a alpha version of the new Total Tavern website getting tested in the next few days. It's awesome. So it can do, it's just cleaner, it's faster. It can run tournament circuits for multiple game communities all in one place. So there's like a drop-down menu. You can switch between Total War, Dawn of War 2, Age of Empires 4. It can run team tournaments. It can run FFA tournaments. It can run 1v1. It has a really clean stat tracking page, which shows like players' best factions and different things. It's a game changer. It's so nice. Marshall's done such a good job with it. So we're going to be testing it, and definitely we'll have it before Dawn of War 4. It's awesome. Yeah, and I just asked him if we can show it off tonight, like just show you guys the basics of it. But I'm going to wait to hear back from him before we do that. So, all right. Anyways, let me get my army blocker going. And yeah, it is going to be cool. When you put chevrons on unit, do they persist if you unsummon them? Yeah, it'll still have chevrons. Yeah, yeah. It will. All right, so let's do a little bit of this. Little bit of that, little bit of this. And then or no Enden? That is the question. All right, so we're gonna get you. Yeah, all right. God, I won this matchup recently. I'm trying to remember how I did it. Okay, I think this was like along the lines of what we had. Okay. 1 and 2. Let's get you guys there. All right. And then one more Chorf. Yeah, so the new version of Total Tavern is going to rule. It's going to be awesome. Thumbnail picture is who I'm playing as we speak. Trashoth Chads. Yeah, dude, Chaos Dwarfs. I have a full Chaos Dwarf army in Tabletop. They're hands down one of my favorite armies. I am a big enjoyer of the Chorfs. I used to be a tournament player in Tabletop. And I played a bunch of tourneys with Chaos Dwarves, and dude, they play very similar. Like the Iron Demons are running things over. There's a lot of flavor. Yeah. Alexander Nuts, don't try and trick me with your tricks. You just want me to go to the pits. Alexander Big Nuts coming in trying to fool me, dude. Uh-huh. I think that looks good enough. The Kadai Destroyer being meta. This is those are two words I did not think would ever go together. Honestly, though, I'm not opposed to one. Maybe not in the mainline army, but like as a sneaky reserve piece once we see what my opponent's fielding. Did you get this dog for its Chorf appearance too? Yeah, Wookiee, he was a good dog. I don't know, I just the Wookiee story is very weird. I was in college and I was in my dorm room. I was just really bored one night and I started looking up dogs to rescue. And because our beloved dog I'd had my whole life had passed away. So our family wanted to get another little pooch, and I came across a dog rescue in Utah. So it was like a Mormon adjacent dog rescue, I guess, and I just saw his picture and I was like, all right, that's the one. So we went and got him. We brought him back to California, and it was the weirdest thing ever, but that's what we did. Yeah. And I think that looks fine. Yes. Anden or no Anden? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that looks all right to me, although these guys do fold really quickly under pressure, so I'm a little bit apprehensive about that. All right. Cool. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let's see what he's got. Wookiee was a Mormon. I don't know about that. Yeah, the Mormon Wookiee. Yeah. Yeah, so that was that. We went out and rescued him from the old shelter. He was in pretty rough shape when we got him, but we nursed the Wookiee back to health, and he became a majestic creature. Although he did maintain his little hateful personality, which was great. He had the body of a toad dragon. He was like very wide. Yeah. The Chorf Wookiee had it. Oh yeah, that one's really good. It's really, really good. All right. Yeah, he had big Mogwai energy. Absolutely. Did he run a Lego brick store? All right, so what we did is we went with just a wide build. I have a whole bunch of Chorf infantry. Yeah, so we're gonna get the main line. And Kadai Fireborn are just really nice for like steamrolling over positions of undead, especially when they're stacked on top of Chorf infantry. Now, the one thing they're going to be weak against, of course, is going to be the frickin' what's it called? He'll get you on the outside, you on the outside here. Is like Ushabti Great Bows and Sepulchral Stalkers and things like that, but I'm hoping that they'll be able to hang. So we're going to get you on guard duty on the back objective. You guys will just be on 2, and then we do have a couple archers just because I wanted to try them out. Now, I kind of wish I had brought a second spell. I only have Burning Head, so that we might have some excess ones magic. Lore of Hashut is good. Yeah, if you go Lore of Hashut in competitive multiplayer, you just bring the Flames of Asgore, the big nuke spell, and you just like drop it. It does a shit ton of damage. Yeah. Goblins! So it's kind of a stuffing build of sorts. Now, part of me thinks I should go up and through the trees and just like press his back objective. Let's deploy here, maybe, so I get the option of it. Nah, we're gonna just open field it. I don't feel like being cagey. All right, good luck, have fun, and let's see what Guts has got scheming. Good. I did it all for the Wookiee. Yeah, a little Limp Bizkit. I still listen to Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit's great, man. They got some bangers. All right, so let's move up and do that. And he's got one Ushabti Grey Boner, a Tomb King, and a Tomb Prince. He's actually got some good anti-large here on foot. That could be a bit of a problem to deal with. So we're going to just advance up and hopefully be able to get to the objectives quick. The Chosen of the Gods Ushabti are going to be annoying to deal with. It's an understatement. So we're going to run over here and hide these guys on the edge. And just let the Chorf infantry line advance up. Yeah, we got to stay out of range of the Great Bows. Just let the Great Bows shoot kind of the random junk. All right, so he has no Boner Giant, so Death Shriekers will actually be good against his army. So the first thing I think we call in is going to be a Death Shrieker. Yeah, so let's move up, like so. Yeah, just like this. Get the points on the board, and you guys are going to just kind of screen out the Chosen of the Gods, hide in the trees. And now we call out the Death Shriek rocket launcher, and boom. All right, so we're going to get this, go in group 4. Single fire rocket against the Ushabti is going to be the play, and we just start sitting on them the entire game. And yeah, he's going to shoot at Chorf infantry, which is fine. As long as it's not my Kadai, I don't care. Then that's fine. Yeah, that is all good in the neighborhood. Sorcerer Prophet's got his little pistol, so he can run up and go drop some pistol fire. You guys just sit on this objective. So we're going to guard that. Chosen of the Gods are in full effect, and it looks like he's not even really targeting us here too hard. So we can probably just pull you guys back in now. All right, the first Death Shrieker has hit, and it kills one of the Ushabti, which is what we want. He might call in a Boner Giant, which would be a good play. I wouldn't hate that. So we're going to get you in group 9 and have you guys just seal the breach right there, and then everybody else is going to move up. And if he lets me triple cap him, I will absolutely try and do it. I feel like we can. I feel like it's going to be possible. The Death Shrieker will close the distance here soon. All right, so we got the double cap here. Stuffing him against, yeah, I think we can. We get like a Burning Head on the archers, and we're going to be pretty cooking here. Yeah, so he's going to switch his Ushabti Great Boner Fire onto me now. We're going to keep those guys in the choke point. And unironically, I'm going to call it the Kadai Destroyer next. I think that's going to be the play. All right, so let's get you guys advancing up here. We're going to go full court press, I think. Yep, we're going to go full court press. So let's have you guys light him up with the pistol. And you guys are going to be an 8 and just stay there. And then everybody else is going to go, and we're going to move up. And we are going to party like it's 1999. Now, he's going after my Deathcaster, which is not a terrible idea. And you guys are just going to sit on this objective. You're going to hang. Let's get these archers right here to just drop some fire. And I got to watch out. My Lord is actually getting very low. Oh, God, this could be... Oh, that could be a bowling alley right there, boys. That could be a bowling alley and a half. Let's see. So you guys get up, and we do get a good bowling alley on him. So let's get the Kadai, move them over to the objective, and he partially dodges. We're going to get you guys screening right there, and then you, Chorfs, can stay on the objective. You archers are coming. The Kadai are going to come over here, and he does indeed have a boner giant. Okay, so he does have one, so we're committed to the stuffing strategy now. We're going for it. Yeah, we're in on this, and this is how we're going to play this game. All right, so let's get you in. Pull the Kadai back a little bit. We can honestly go hide them in the trees a little bit. No problems with that. And you archers, where can we shoot? Let's start shooting at the not Phoenix Guard there, whatever the hell those things are. The Kepler Guard. Yeah, so we're going to get on them. We're going to get you over here. And I could wheel around the outside there. That's probably going to miss. The 2 archers here, what do I want to be shooting? We can shoot at the Kepler Guard. So I will have another Burning Head soon. The Death Shrieker is getting in range. And Kadai Destroyer is coming. So Big Dog is on its way over. Certainly going to be sending a message. And the Blessed Legion would be really good to get. I think that's better. I need to see where he's going to be sitting still. Because I think we can kill his elite infantry using the Kadai and stuff. So, yeah, we just get him on the archers. So we'll do that. Hopefully just cook him up. Sorcerer Prophet is Netflix and chilling. And, yeah, we got the Death Shrieker rocket launcher. Slowly killing the Ushapti Great Bows. Over the course of the game, they should go down. And we do delete the Blessed Legion with a good Burning Head. So that's really nice. All right, so the grind is on. King Mikesha, Scorpion Legion, and Kepler Guard are holding. I'm obviously behind in value, which is to be expected with playing deep in somebody's formations like this. But I think we're doing all right. Yeah, the Great Boners. Can I get in range and just unleash on them with these guys? That'd be really nice, but I don't think he's going to let that happen. All right, so the Kadai, some of them are beat up. Let's pull some of them back here. I think we can kind of stop blobbing a little bit. Maybe just keep a couple of them in check. And for you guys, let's get 2 of the Wolf Riders out. Yeah. All right, so the Destroyer is on its way over. So we're going to get the Destroyer here. So you're going to go right there. And the Destroyer maybe... Yeah, we want to stay away from the Sepulchral Stalkers, that's for sure. The Death Shrieker will have those guys down eventually. And it looks like we are winning on the objective, which is exactly what we want. All right, so you guys claps on them, claps on them. Let's get you guys back, run you back to that objective there. And we just kind of hang out. Just keep doing our thing, save up for Burning Heads. Oh, Kadai Destroyer. Yeah, baby, he's here. All right, let's get around the outside, pull you back on the objective there. And those Ushapti taking a while to go down, but they are going to go down, which is quite nice. All right, so retreat. Unpaid interns, go fight those skeleton spearmen. These guys are crumbling. We have a couple mobility pieces around the outside. And let's get some sneaky gets coming in. So those guys are going to come. And how are we looking on the Lord? Yeah, he's in all right shape. So we're going to go ahead and get you with a Burning Head. We still have a lot of Dawizar units there, and you guys have engaged. I think that should be a win for us. Let's go take you over there. Very good. Unpaid interns, you guys, could I get on them? You guys retreat back. And, yeah, the Burning Head didn't quite delete the archers like I had hoped, but we still have 2 Chorf infantry fighting here, but we're pretty close to losing the ground here. Yeah, we're probably going to be losing the ground, which is, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, let's shoot these guys. Let's get our Chaos Dwarf Lord back. He is getting hunted a little bit, so, ooh, I didn't think about them sniping my Lord, although he's very cheap and I can just resummon him, worst case. But yeah, still kind of sucks, right? All right, so the Kadai Destroyer is doing it. We're going to waddle with you. Maybe call in 1 more Wolf Rider to try and save my Lord. Thankfully, Tomb King's characters are very slow as well. So he has forced us off that. We do have some of these guys here. Let's get you back this way. Kadai Destroyer needs to retreat. We don't want to be fighting Necropolis Knight Halberds all day. And the Death Shrieker has finished off the Ushapti, so now we can switch it on to those guys. And the Lord is just going to keep wheeling around and running, and we can get the big boys over there to help, while you guys are going to chew them up. All right, so, yep, cheap spears here. Let's do this. Death Shrieker's in full effect. And now we have some hobos. Hopefully they can get in and do it. If I can keep my Lord alive, that's a big win. Granted, he's already kind of done his job, so I'm not too worried about it. All right, so now we can fight the Necropolis Knight Halberds, because we have some ground support. Bone Giant is putting some hurt down as well. We're getting pushed pretty good. Yeah, it's a nasty little push here. Kadai Destroyers will try and fight the Sepulchral Stalkers. And we need to call out some Fire Glaives right now to try and get some value back for us. 100%. Those are the Ushapti summons, so they should not be too much of a variable. And we've almost got these guys down, it looks like, yeah. As he extends out, it's going to put him in more precarious positions. That is for sure. Back of the woods, we have some unpaid interns, and these guys can go back towards that objective. You guys go fight right here, and the Kadai Destroyer is holding its own, but I could definitely use a little bit of milk over there. So let's go put some firepower down, and you guys get back up on the point. The Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits are fighting a big infantry fight here. Fireborn are on the way, and trying to think about what I call out here. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice little gimme right there. The Boner Giant will just run out of ammo and probably be a non-factor, and the Kadai Destroyer is actually doing pretty good, so happy about that. All right, let's get you guys on the Lich Priest of Death. Unsummon you guys. I need to unsummon some of the boys, but this back pressure is quite good here. Let's get you to sneak through and get on top of the archers. Dude, the Kadai Chad, man. Yeah, don't be fooled by the damage tracker. Sometimes it's weird. Yeah, I find that this is not super accurate right now. It's a much closer game than you would think. All right, so we're gonna get on to the Eyes of the Desert right now, and the Kadai are not the Kadai, but the Infernal Fireglaive Chads are gonna light them up pretty good. And the Destroyer is basically just rampaging over here. Archer's going to be compromised. Great. And yeah, this gun line, or this bow line here is going to be very good. It's going to be very, very good. All right, unpaid interns and unpaid interns. Yeah, let's get you guys up and call in some Wolf Riders as well to target these characters. But the Infernal Guard Fireglave's putting in the heavy lifting. Those are Tomb Guard, which we should hard counter with the Kadai Destroyer. You guys can be unsummoned, most likely is the play. And now I think we're in good shape. Yeah, we get a Burning Head over there. As long as we don't lose on our back objective, I think we're going to be all right. Yeah, he does have these characters there, which are kind of annoying, but the Eyes of the Desert are about to fold, and that's pretty good for us. All right, so the bows are here. We do get some Hobgoblins in. Let's get you guys on the corner of that objective. Kadai Destroyer is going to wreck like an infinite amount of Tomb Guard, basically. And we have sniped his caster, which is great. All right, so the Death Shrieker, where do we want to be going next? Looking for good targets. I mean, these are just Skeleton Horsemen. I do have the Tomb King, the Tomb Prince. They're both on foot, so they're not necessarily great targets, either of them. You know, let's get the Fireglaves over there to do a little bit of peeling and pull the Destroyer back to the objective. And it looks like we have reclaimed the point for now, but probably Kadai are going to be our best bet because they kill infantry very effectively. So let's get you guys up, get you guys shooting here. You Goblins are going to get it. Wolf Riders come around the side, and let's go back this way. So I do comfortably one-on-one right now, so I can kind of just chill out. I could start shooting at the Bone Giant. Probably not a terrible idea. Just soften him up a little bit. And yeah, the Fireglave's putting in the work. I have Burning Heads, so I think over here we just get big Burning Heads and clear it out. The Destroyer's a little bit low, but honestly should be fine. Let's unsummon you guys. Yes, yes. Kadai are coming on in to fight the Kepra Guard, which are still going strong. You gotta love the fighting spirit of the Kepra Guard there. Bone Giant eating giant shafts to the face. And now we just move up and get these Fireglaves in a good, healthy position. Shoot these guys. You guys go right there. And I need to get that Burning Head. All right, so we're going to do it. Oh, God, that's going to be so wrecked. Holy shit. That is a God tier Burning Head. Oh, yeah. Oh, we just cooked him off that objective. That's so nice. All right, so Fireglaves are coming. Let's start lighting these guys up, although the Bone Giant is still a big combat giant, so I need to deal with that thing. Let's go ahead and light these guys up here, and feeling pretty good at the moment. The Destroyer is going to crumble all these units. That Burning Head was quite nice. And we can get his pistol and start ripping shots there. The Boner Giant is on its way out. Let's just call in infantry. Yeah, just call in infantry. Get you guys up. The Bone Giant is going to diminish pretty quickly. You can see the Fireglaves are laying into him pretty good. And the Kadai will kill the Tomb King's characters. Yeah, the curse is activated. Not too worried. This objective we should have good chances of getting back, even if we lose it. So let's get you guys in, call you in. Have you guys get over here. All right, Kadai Destroyer is anchoring it down. He sure is. Boner Giant almost out of the picture, and yeah, we are definitely ahead on value. So you see what I'm saying about the damage tracker? It's like there's a lot of things it doesn't track effectively, and that includes undead crumbling. So yeah, you gotta keep an eye out for that. All right, let's get on the Tomb Guard, keep the Destroyer and company doing their thing, and looks like some of the archers do get compromised. Bone Giant is almost down. Let's get you guys up, get you guys over on the objective, keep you fighting on the Tomb Pimp here. Bone Giant very close to being going down here, and on this objective we should be able to secure it. Just waiting to see some good Burning Head opportunities. That is a Tomb Prince. Probably calling out another Fireborn to be good. Yeah, and the Kadai Destroyer can also roll over and do some fighting. We'll see, but I think we got this objective on lock. I need to probably get some kill units over, just some actual capture weight. Carrion coming in. So the Fireglaves are going to be tied down for a while. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Just got to pay the iron price. And you guys need to move up on the objective, so let's get you guys on the point. Make sure we're actually fighting on it. Is there any play I have here? Not really. Let's go get on the Carrion. Let's go get you guys on the Carrion here. See if we can break them a little bit. And here we do reclaim this objective. let's go ahead and unsummon you guys. Got to do some housekeeping. The Destroyer is destroying. It's doing exactly what its name would infer. We'll just do that just to distract him a little bit. And you guys finish off that Tomb King. That would be the play. All right, moving on up. Wolf Riders get in, put in some work despite being very beleaguered and very haggard. We'll get another Burning Head on that Tomb Guard right there. And on the backside, let's call in another Kadai. That'll pretty much hard counter all the infantry coming out. And unpaid interns get up on the point. All right, so... did we get rid of the spears? Yeah, I think spears are more important than the Tomb Guard. Even though there's a big value discrepancy, I think that is the way. His Lord is going down, and we got a dub. That was a good match. It's a good cockfight. Yeah, he brought the boner out. It gave us some problems. The stuffing strategy kind of worked, and then when he dove deep on us, we were able to defend and accrue our value back. So that was nice. Well played to him. We'll see him in the brackets. GG dog. Well played. All right, so that's 2-0. Still got it. That's right. Chaos Dwarf still got a little bit of umph here. So let's update it. Yes. Okay. This is going to be Chaos Dwarves versus that was against Tomb Kings. The Kadai Destroyer actually did good, but also 2,000 gold worth of like other stuff could have been pretty strong there as well. It's hard to say. Yeah, the rocket really got the job done. It was very nice. Okay, Chaos Dwarfs versus Tomb Kings, and that is a victory. All right, so now we're in the next round. And let me check. Only, okay, perfect. All right. Let's go ahead and check the value, yeah? So Kadai Destroyers, some of them got wrecked. It was kind of like feast or famine. They either got focus fired and didn't do much, or they were able to feast. The Archers did really good, though. People underestimate these little gremlins. 1,000 value and 900 value, that's so good. The Destroyer got 1,400 value. Fireglaves came in, got about 12, so pretty even spread. Deathreaker got 2,100 as well. My backup faction, it's, oh, I love it, Pone. I love it. It's Kislev. So I have Kislev waiting in the wings. Yeah. And for him, the Shopti Grey Post did good. His Bone Giant probably did very good. 1,900, yeah. It's a pretty solid performance. And Sepulchral Stalkers did nice. Able to keep them in check. All right. Frostlight, you're playing old TBC Arena. Oh, that was my heyday, man. Those are fun times. The Frost Mage, Rogue Mage Priest. Yeah, those good times. All right. That is weird. How did that happen? Let me check this. Refresh. You are playing at Guts. Okay, so taking a look at the brackets right now, we have gotten to round 3. So if you check this out here, we're going to play either Turtles Army or Bigger Fish. Turtles Army beat me last time. He's really good. He's got my number right now, so it'll be a hard fight either way. But Bigger Fish I haven't played against too much, but he has been sending in replays, and he's very strong. So we're going to be playing the winner of Bigger Fish or Turtles Army. And then on the bottom side, we have Alexander Bignuts defeating Space Pope, Boss Toss playing against FF over there. And on the bottom, these are the bottom brackets, which are going to be in full effect now. So Johnny Cash is going to be playing Guts, Hitman Hippo versus Yankee Mosh Pit here, and Space Pope lurks down there as well. And I will probably join them down in the pits after this. And but you know, I'm happy. We've got a couple of solid wins here, so no complaints. No complaints. All right. So yeah, the creator, the gentleman Marshall who's working on Total Tavern, he's taken it over, done an amazing job. He is going to let us know when we can show off the new. We will be able to look at it tonight though, so we'll show you guys the new Total Tavern. We'll get a little bit of a preview of what's to come, and we're going to test it early this coming week. And honestly, might be good to go really soon. Yeah, but there will be some bugs and things to work out. But very pumped for it. Nothing. Tomb Kings have infantry. Let's see. Yeah, I mean Ushapti do fine in that matchup. If I were playing Tomb Kings, what would I do? If I were in the Tomb Kings versus Chorfs matchup right now, I'd probably go very wide. Probably go Nehakar Warriors to get some actual capture weight with spears. I'd probably do something wide like this. Like, honestly, just like a fat bow boner builds. And then Ark in the Black is fine. Kotep is fine. You know, they're both viable choices. Buna, I don't love Buna here, but Spirit Leech against Chorfs is good. You could even go, like, if you wanted to get really cheeky, you could do Cetra on horseback. And have him just, like, spell spamming. Yeah, it could be kind of fun. And then Will, Wrath of Petra, so you keep the Will. Wrath of Petra is, you just get rid of that. Restless Dead you need, and Curse you could just cut. So from here, yeah. Like, some build like this could be pretty good. But I think we're a little too heavy on there. Yeah. Like, I would just go wide and push them down, because Skeleton Archers can actually kill Kadai. Cetra, though, is a little expensive, so arguably it'd be better just to go for, like, a Kotep build. Or High Queen Kalita. High Queen Kalita is pretty good, too. You can go Kalita and get her on either on foot or... like, but a wide build. Chaos Dwarves hate playing wide builds, in my experience, so that's probably what I would do. Pwn, you gonna come back and bring the corn dogs, dude? Oh, shit. He's coming. It's King of the Dead in this tourney. Okay. All right. So let's see if our opponent is ready. Who's it going to be? Nope, they're still playing their game. Bigger Fish and Turtles Army. Let's go see what the brackets look like. After this, it becomes basically the semifinals very quickly. Like, if I'm able to win this, I go semifinals, and then I play the winner of the bottom side. And we potentially go to the grand finals. But if not, we go down to the pits. And yeah, we do that. We do that indeed. Yes, yes. What's not the website? Oh, Turn Phoebix. No, I think you'll be safe. I think you will be safe. So yeah, what do you guys think? Well, now that we got a handful of people here, what do you guys think about the Dawn of War 4 multiplayer blog they did today? We can go take a look at it real quick, actually. We can pull that up while we're waiting. So, Dawn of War 4 multiplayer blog. Okay, so this got posted earlier today. Is there like a place I can read it? Okay. So here it is. Yes. All right. So grab a brew, settle in, questions and answers below. What will the default 1v1 auto match win condition be? Victory points, control points, annihilation, or multiple selectable modes? For quick match, the default mode is annihilation. So that's base destruction. That means that you gotta grind your opponent down and kill their base. Now, a lot of people might leave, you know, when they lose the field battle, which is very normal in RTS. But again, the games could be a bit longer on average, considering. Granted, Company of Heroes objective games are also very long, because those can go 40 minutes sometimes, you know, if it's a very close fight. But it is going to be annihilation, which is very much in the vein of Dawn of War 1, right? So for quick match, annihilation, destroy all enemy headquarters and protect your own. Domination, capture and hold more strategic positions in your opponent to gain victory points. And Maelstrom, secure objectives that dynamically appear across the map to gain victory points. Now, for competitive, we probably don't play Maelstrom. Maelstrom is going to be unfair at times. If it truly is random and not, you know, balanced in its way, then obviously it's going to be a pretty terrible competitive mode, but could be really fun for, like, you know, it also favors more mobile factions, right? Like Necrons and potentially Mechanicus aren't going to be as good as Space Marines on that map. Space Marines can literally drop pod in and grab objectives instantly. Granted, other factions can bring in reserves, but I figure that will probably favor Space Marines. Yeah. So how's the team approaching balance across 1v1 team games? So when it comes to balancing, one of our core pillars is ensuring factions are represented authentically with how they are portrayed in the universe. For multiplayer specifically, we want to ensure play is fair while making minimal compromises on that authenticity. So what they're saying is we're going to keep it as lore friendly as Games Workshop wants us to while trying to balance the game. Yeah, I mean, they're just saying it's difficult to balance asymmetrical games, which is true. But I mean, Total War has been able to do it with 24 factions, more or less. So they should be able to do it. All right. What mechanics are intended to prevent deathball play and reward tactical micro? Many units have weapons and war gear that are effective against masses of units, from Sluggaboys, Burner to Monolith Particle Whip, choosing the right upgrade for right threats and using the abilities to counter blobs, etc., etc. So my only concern with Annihilation is that I guess you still are fighting over resources on the map, right? So that is good. So it's kind of like a traditional RTS game where you will get starved out on resources if you lose the map. So turtling, yes, is an option. But you're going to be potentially losing map control, losing requisition nodes, and losing power nodes. So, maybe not all doom and gloom in that way. It just kind of becomes more traditional RTS, which is fine. So, at least we know what the default game mode is, right? And I assume the default game mode is what they will be focusing their balancing efforts on. I would assume, unless it proves to be very unpopular. All right, so yeah, we'll take a look at the rest of it later. We just kind of dug into that. Just got to make sure that my opponent isn't waiting for me. Let's refresh the brackets. And do we not have our game yet? These guys are having an unholy cockfight in there. Yeah, if you're playing Necrons, you don't care in the same way, which is how it is in the other game too. Necrons have a whole different resource system. Yeah, I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video and upload it, my full thoughts and everything. Yeah, we'll do that. But they did release that, so dude, I know Total War Warhammer 40k is looking really good. That battle, oh my god, seeing the fact that the Baneblade tank didn't shoot at the corners of the formation and the machine guns were like strafing the orcs down, that is such a chef's kiss. Like having played this game and having your like shit shoot at the corners of formations and stuff. Oh man, it looks awesome. Yeah, so we're really gonna be eating well. We got Total War Warhammer 40k. We got freaking Dawn of War 4 coming. It's gonna be feasting time, boys. Meat's back on the menu. Meat is back on the menu. Refresh brackets. Let's do this. We need to see who the opponent is. A big fish. I think that's not it. Bigger fish, I think, is it. Let me know when done. And then we got our other opponent here. Okay, so he will let us know when he's done. And then turtles are me. Let me know when done. All right. The Baneblade shooting at the peak part. Yeah, it was very awesome. War gear customizations, generals, guards. Yeah. So it's going to be like characters with squads, which is very tabletop. In tabletop, you put characters usually with like a squad of units nowadays. So very similar to that as well. We ever getting end times news? Probably something soon, I would wager. Yeah. The new engine of the Dark Gods. It is Pone. Pone is preparing to become the best player in the community. He's already practicing in the shadows, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm being pinged in the admin chat. Let's see what nefarious tournament issues people are having. I saw Space Pope typing. Maybe he's bored in the bottom there. So did that player drop? Maybe he did. No, he's just waiting. All right. What do I think will be the first DLC race? For 40k? For 40k, I think that the first DLC race is probably going to be Chaos Space Marines. Because Chaos is the great enemy, in the setting. So I think that we probably will get some sort of a Chaos faction. Yeah, I think we're going to get these guys. Because what do we have? We have Marines, we have Guard, we have Eldar, we have Orc. So we have a little bit of Chaos. We have Destruction, we have Elven shenanigans, we have like classic good guys. The only thing we're really missing is like a true nemesis, a true enemy, right? So I think we're going to get, probably going to get some of this. Yeah, probably some Chaos Space Marines. Who knows what it'll be? Could be Black Legion, could be Iron Warriors too, because if you guys have not seen this, let me show you. You can usually determine what like CA is going to do based on Games Workshop's like release patterns a little bit with things. So if you go to not Space Marines, but if you go to Chaos, the Iron Warriors are getting their own basically launch in 40k. So I think that we will probably get Iron Warriors heavily put into the games like quickly. When Games Workshop launches Iron Warriors as like its own main faction with its own codex and everything, it kind of already exists, but they don't have their unique units yet. You're gonna see Iron Warriors getting some love, but yeah, more likely Black Legion. But I do think that Iron Warriors will be there as well. CSM DLC will probably have every undivided faction in it. I don't know about that Pious Skull. I think that they want to milk the Chaos factions and add a little bit of like like Lord packs. Like, oh, you wanna play Night Lords? Well, there's going to be like an FLC or something with like unique Warp Talon units or something else and different stratagems that you can use. I think they might split some of them up. Like Death Guard, for example. Like Death Guard are so unique that they're definitely going to get their own army. The Nurgle faction, they're definitely going to get their own army. Yeah. So yeah, just some thoughts. Just some thoughts. All right, we got Turtles Army. I think we should be up. Let me check this, Space Pope. So Wookiee is down there, and he's going to be playing the loser of 12. Okay, 12 is correct. Yes. Yes, updated. All right, thank you, Spaceboat, for your help, and we're going to be getting wrecked by Turtles Army here. Or maybe giving him a little bit of a surprise. Yo. Oh, he's greenskins. Oh, man, don't greenskins shit on Chaos Dwarves? I don't know. We're going to have to test this. Ready for you to... Okay, so he bans first. Okay. Did you ban? So Imperial Road, Putrefying Carcass, or Proving Grounds are going to be the maps. Yes, Evil. The Mono God factions will all get their own support. I've been fiending lately to play some 40k. I'm going to probably play a game next week. Haven't played an 11th yet. Yeah, it's coming. So we got Greenskins Chorfs. We got the Subjugation Battle is underway. I think this one typically is favored for the Greenskins, but I think it's not unwinnable either. Yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. Okay. If I lose, I will go play Kislev, correct. But only when I lose. Until then, I play Chaos Dwarves. I'm still on the top side of the bracket. You're painting up some Votann. I've never played against Leagues of Votann. I have never played against them. They don't seem too popular, honestly. I thought they would be more popular, but I just haven't seen them. Haven't seen them around, man. You got your Space Dwarves. I think you're going to get rushed. Probably so. Extra evil. Turtles Army. He's going to be doing his map ban. He'll be in the lobby here in a second. And what do we got? He is one of the best greenskin players in the entire community, so it's very scary. Ban Proving Grounds. We play Carcass. Good luck, have fun. All right, so we're going to be playing the Putrefying Carcass. So it begins. Let's get the blocker up and send the lobby code. We're playing on Nurgle's map, which Chaos Dwarves, you know, they do team up with Tamarkon and Lore, so they definitely are Nurgle homies. Do Castellan see any play in the current meta? They see Fringe play against like High Elves and stuff. You can use them as like dragon snipers. Yeah. So they see a little bit of play, not a whole lot though. Okay, let's do that. And then, do we end den or do we no end den? I think we do this. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Yeah, Hell Cannons are great. Granite Guard are good. Those are all viable choices. They are indeed. So the unpaid interns are going to be fighting against the paid employees of the Greenskins. We got a lot of nastiness to deal with here. So get 2 of those bad boys. And then trying to decide how I want to do this. I have some forbidden schemes, which will be very funny if they work, but I don't know how much I love it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. And then we'll max you guys out in reserve. I think both central renders are going to be pretty important here. At least a couple of those. 1325, there we go. Yes and yes. We'll watch this match and go to bed. Hey, get some rest, man. Congrats on the World Cup victory, dude. For your people. Yeah, it was quite a run you guys had. I'm doing some weird shit. I don't know how it's going to pan out. Could be very bad or very good. But I think it's got some teeth. Trying to see what our other options are. Blunderbuss is in this matchup. Probably a little bit too easy to tar pit, I think. So I'm not loving it. Chads don't go to bed. The whole like Chad phenomenon is so funny. Because it's like every, at least for millennials, like I knew a Chad. Like when I was in like college. I remember these guys like not quite the puka shell era, but like just the segue of like the polo shirt, just jacked, tan, like 2 brain cells. You know, that like archetype of a man. Like we all know a little bit of Chad action, you know? Yeah, it's just funny, man. All right, so that's going to give me 1200 there. And we can get you guys out. Very good. You remember when Chad was an insult? Yeah, it's gone through a couple iterations, hasn't it? It really has. How much range do those guys have? 140? God, so a little something, something. Two handsome brain cells, that's right. All right. I can picture somebody reading this and saying, cool. Yeah. All right. So what else do we want to do? I am bringing out the tinfoil hat master conspiracy theory build right now. It's gonna be crunk. It is gonna be crunk, and I think I'm ready. All right, good luck to my opponent. Ready. This is either gonna be a disaster or work really freaking well. Yeah, let's see. I think like in my, let's see. I'm gonna go to my. God, I'm such a boomer. I still literally have Facebook. Yeah. Yeah, I have like an old track and field photo that had like, I have a track in college. I ran track in college, and I have a photo that there was definitely some Chadley types in it. Yeah, maybe another day I'll find it. Pretty hilarious. So when did Chowie get Dreadmaws? I don't know. Yeah. Your boss at work is honestly a Chad. He's like 40, but he took the backseat out of his BMW to put in subwoofers. Oh my God, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, there is. Fit, you can definitely do that. But I was more in the mood for a little bit of dread, if you know what I mean. So the Dreadquake Mortar is high risk, high reward. And if I lose, I want to go out having shown you guys a Dreadquake Mortar today, right? So that is, you know what? I don't feel like doing the pencil formation. We're just going to do this and get you guys here. And here. So we got our Dowizar formation. Kadai Fireborn going to be anchoring it. And then I have 1 Hobgoblin. We have Astrogoth with Flamestorm. Skirmishers are going to go contest the open fields. And a Dreadquake Mortar, which is hopefully not going to be just shooting at random shit. I don't know if CA fixed the bug where they just randomly shoot, but we'll see. Yeah. All right, guys, let's get it. The Dreadquake Mortar should wreck like a bowline. And it's also just, you know, intimidating your opponent with Chadliness as on the subject matter of what we're talking about, so. Well, I don't use Twitter anymore, yeah. I never really cared for it. Okay, the Dreadquake is going to go here. What do we got? Some Boar Boys. We got to just keep the Dreadquake nearby. Maybe move it right over there. He's got a Giant. Wow, okay. I didn't really bring, like, an answer for a Giant, did I? I mean, I do have Bull Centaur Renders and some Archers. Okay, I have Archers. I'm not helpless against them. All right, so we're going to waste a little bit of ammo into Grom. He's going to dodge that, or he's just going to face tank it, which is good. Oh, okay. If he wants to keep face tanking damage with Grom, I will do that all freaking day. Okay, so you guys move up, and yeah, we will happily keep shooting at Grom the Punch, because he is weak to fire, so these arrows will do good damage. Now we take off fire at will, now that my opponent's actively dodging. And yeah, that's that. All right, so we got the dreaded Dreadquake. And we are advancing up. The Giant will be hard to kill. He's got Ruglud's Armored Orcs. In theory, we have some good answers for his army. So we're going to go get you guys up on that point. And now we're going to weasel over here and do this. Good. Probably going to get the Bull Centaur Renders out. And we can keep one of you guys over here to make sure he doesn't get that back. And you guys go right here. Astro Chad, he's really good against Savage Orc Boar Boys and those type of units. So that is an option. Let's go ahead and get some Bull Centaur Renders coming out. All right, and you shoot at this guy. You guys grab this. Homeboy's going to go over here. And the Dreadquake, we haven't shot yet. I can start shooting at just some random Orc Boys and just put a little bit of hurt down. He's going to let us have a triple cap simply because he's trying to do a build-up on me, which, again, is very meta. So I don't hate it. And, cool. So, yeah, we're saving our ammo, doing a little bit of DACA. Do this, and he's trying to dodge. Oh, that's so funny. All right, now we're going to shoot the Ruggleeds Armored Orcs. Just take pot shots, force them to micro, you know. Just be nice and scary. All that goodness. All right. So we might want to stop shooting with the Dreadquake soonish, too. We're going to get you, and you guys will sit here on this objective. All right, and the Bull Centaur Renders are going to come over here and make sure nothing funny happens. And let's see if we can get the Ruggleeds. Oh, we're going to get something? Okay, no, we're not. So we need to wait till he's actually static and sitting still to shoot. So we're going to just hang out. Yeah, we shot 2 warning shots, you know, to put a little bit of fear into him, but overall, that's all we're going to do for now. So we're going to get you in the corner here. You're going to go right there. And we could go do a little bit of skirmishing. Let's get one more archer and bring him in the swamps. You're going to sit back. Bull Centaur Renders are going to be chilling here. We're going to do this and this. Come back here, set up all the formations, and we can go boink, like go after Grom the Paunch. I think that's going to be fine. We'll get one more Bull Centaur Render out, and call it a day. Yeah, great. So, is he going to let me get in there? I don't think so. Could go fight some of these guys, yeah, but it's all sketchy over here. We're going to treat him with the campaign shenanigans, you know. The Dreadquake, I don't know if it's going to be able to hit anything. We'll see. So I am going to take a shot at the Ruggleeds right now. Hopefully he has, like, forgot that I can shoot this thing. And we can do this. So I'm going to try and distract his micro. Make him move that. Ah, right. He moves right as I shoot at him. Damn. Okay. So we do shoot the shot. Astro Chat is there. And do we hit anything? Hey, maybe we tickle something there. We don't quite get it. All right. Let's shoot into the blob here. The Dreadquake has not hit anything yet. Yeah, but we got the victory points. We're just going to chill out and hunker down on R2 right here. So we're going to get you in the water. You're here. We're going to get some Bull Centaur Renders coming up as well. So we do have several Bull Centaur Renders. And now let's save the rest of the ammo because we need to connect. That actually might be a hit. Yeah, that's going to hit something. Oh, there we go. All right. The old Dreadquake. The old Dreadquake. It got there. All right, let's get some unpaid interns. Bring them up here. And we got our little formation in full effect now. And you guys need to move up, and we need to move you up as well. And now the archers can get in position, And it's time to fight. Yep, time to fight a little bit. That is what's up. All right, so the Dreadquake can now start shooting at the Ruggleeds. So we're going to lay into them a little bit, and we do have some Bull Centaur Renders in the woods who can hopefully charge out and rip shots here. You guys get into the mainline fight, so let's get in there and fight. And Astro Chad is going to go after Grom. We're going to pop the hammer. All right, it's hammer time. All right, Wolf Riders, let's get in. Archers and archers, we can start shooting at the giant, trying to drag that thing down. Bull Centaur Renders going to pull back. And, yeah, so far, so good. All right, so we got the Bull Centaurs waiting in the wings. You guys are going to go fight those Boar Boy Biggins. Yeah, let's fight, and let's fight. Looking good, and the giant is kind of getting lit up a little bit. And the Ruggleeds Armored Orcs are having a bad time as well. We're going to drop the Flamestorm right there. And, yep, Bull Centaur Renders have gotten in. They are fighting versus the Savage Orc Biggins. And now we got some Wolf Riders to head them off here as well. All right, so we got a big pit fight, which is underway. And let's go ahead and get you guys to do this and just ambush these Orc Boar Boy Biggins. Just be annoying, and then we're going to pull you guys back and do a little bit of fighting as well. All right, so I don't know how this is going. It's kind of hard to tell, to be honest, but both of our archers are teeing off into the giant, which is good. We do manage to ambush those Orc Boar Boy Biggins, and now we can put fire at will on and just shoot there. I think we're holding on a couple fronts. The Dreadquake Mortar has effectively wrecked those guys. So now let's just shoot the other archer brick here and just hope for the best. Yeah, we'll see. Gonna boink that character right there. On the flank, yeah, the Boar Boy Biggins are hanging in there. These are, yeah, the Bull Centaur Renders, so we need to get them back right now. So far, so good. Astro Chad is laying into that little goblin, but we are going to get flanked right here. So let's get you guys on the pump wagons, and the Bull Centaur Renders can wheel right there. And it really just is Boar Boy spam, isn't it? That's just like all we deal with here. All right, so you're here. Let's get you guys fighting against those guys and get the Bull Centaur Renders fighting there as well. Astro Chad is being hunted by that giant pretty hard, so we're going to want to waddle away right there and then retreat you dudes. The Dreadquake Mortar is still sitting on a healthy archer unit, which is exactly what we want, so that's good. Yeah, I just feel like the Boar Boy spam is really hard to deal with. Maybe I need to go like triple Bull Centaur Render? I don't know. I don't know how exactly we deal with that, but we're going to give it a good college try. All right, so let's get a little something something going here. We're going to do a big old flame storm, pull back, and get you guys waddling there. Archers retreating. Boar Boy Biggins are being kited here. Yeah, let's leave the Bull Centaur Renders in for the fight. And then you guys can wheel about there, do this, and I don't really have a whole lot to call in except you guys. Yeah, I don't know how... I mean, the Dreadquake maybe was a weak link, but I feel like it's been effective. It's been crumping his archers and keeping them honest there. But just the Boar Boy numbers are just so heavy. All right, we're going to shoot here. Yeah, kite these guys. And then the Blazing Beards of Basharik. You guys should be able to finish off those dudes. We are getting pushed back very hard. I do have some Bolt Centaur Render still fighting. And the Blazing Beards will come up and blasting charge those Savage Orcs in due time. And now the Dreadquake Mortar's in melee, which is not good. All right, Astrogoth needs to keep running. I have a couple Hobgoblins here as well. Yeah, maybe I think I just need to go like triple anti-frickin' tech for those Boar Boys. Yeah. So I don't... Like, the Bull Centaurs have been doing well. They've been fighting, you know, to the bitter end and doing good anti-large damage. There is an opportunity to ninja that outside objective. I have time to value trade defensively here, so we're going to try. And we're going to just try and light this guy up. Do this, get the Hammer of Fashut. The blasting charges, we can use them on what? On you guys. So we need to get the Dreadquake running. I do have more Hobgoblins, which I can use to just serve as a Blade of Wounds. The blasting charges should be on their way, and the Giant is getting lit up. Hopefully we can get this back. He's diving very deeply. But yeah, there's just more Savage Orc Boar Boys. They're just everywhere. You can bring like 30 of them. Alright, so we do well. Astro Chad is laying into the Giant. And the blasting charges will do something, but I just can't deal with the Boar Boys. There's too many of them. Yeah, the Dreadquake, I feel like he did okay. Got about 1,000 value, which isn't terrible. Okay, so we boink on the Giant. Let's get you guys there. What opportunities do we have? Do we want to try like a ninja play? I don't think we have any. I think we're just dead. Yeah, I think we're cooked. Astrogoth will beat that Giant, though. He for sure will. Especially with a little bit of fire support. The Dreadquake Mortar could very well come back. Call-ins, my Bull Centaur Renders are both routed off the map right now, so there is that. Let's go get you guys on the pump wagons. Astrogoth is about to finish off this Giant. Let's go ahead and put this down. Finish it, take the Giant down. And the Giant is going to fall, so at the very least we were able to kill the Giant. Yeah, it looks like he's out for the count right now. Let's get some Kadai Fireborn coming in. Maybe Mass Kadai? I feel like they might trade okay, so maybe you got to do a little Kadai action here. Let's go ahead and see if we can save Astrogoth. Blazing Beards of Basharik hanging in there. We're going to get the dudes on their way, get some unpaid interns to flank in and provide a little bit of an ablative wound support. I mean, his army is raggedy too, but I just don't see how I get back to the objectives. Maybe the Dreadquake will rally? No, it's not going to. That's too bad. That could have been very nice in another life. We didn't even fully finish off his archers, really, which is too bad. All right, so you guys move up. Hopefully Astrogoth will rally. Let's get you guys in there just to run down the archers. There we go. And the Kadai and company are doing okay, but that archer fire is really, really nasty. So we want to like sweep in, get on you guys, and then get on these. A couple archers of our own have come back. Yeah, perfect. I also thought this map would be good for us because it's kind of choke pointy, but it looks like it's been made into a little bit less of a choke point, which is a good thing. All right, so that blob fight, yeah, that's actually a bit of success there, isn't it? Let's take these guys and wheel around and maybe threaten an objective. We still have the Hobgoblins back here. We do break his line, so maybe like a more Kadai heavy build. Like 3 or 4 Kadai. Very tough matchup if you don't anticipate the exact orc build you're saying. Yeah, it seems like a bad matchup, honestly. Alright, so we're going to get you guys, take on the pump wagons. You guys are going to keep circling, and Astrogoth and the Dreadquake ran. That's pretty bad. So that's not good for us. Alright, Kadai, let's move out. You guys get up here. We're going to go try and ninja this, but I think he's got Savage Orcs chilling on it, so we maybe just go to the center objective. And here, we're going to get that pump wagon down, which is good. Go, Kadai. Yeah, another Boar Boy. Oh, they're just everywhere. Oh, my God. So, yeah, fire at will. Keep kiting those dudes. Do we have anything in the backfield? Yeah, we're taking down another pump wagon. We have good quality infantry here, so maybe we'll be able to win it. He slows us down a little bit there. Not that bad. I have 16 WOM, so probably not worth re-summoning our Lord, I don't think. Let's go to the middle. Do a bit of this. You guys come up here. And what can I call in? Do we have any chances? I mean, I feel like we might be able to brute force one objective here, but that's it. And that's not going to win us any games, right? So we're going to come grab the middle. Put a little bit of poke down on you guys. Just do some kiting. And maybe a Deathcaster, but you can only Buna 3 times. So you could kill 3 of the Bacons. But beyond that, yeah, probably wouldn't be enough. All right, so we're up on the objective. Let's go push these guys off. Get one more here. Yeah, you guys move. Oh, miss micro there. The Hobgoblins are going to break pretty quickly to a miss micro. And you guys kite, move up. And now we just kind of get the Blazing Chads on the point and maybe clean it up. So maybe that's the recipe for success. Trains and Bull Centaurs this matchup. Okay, got it. So I just need to go more into the cheese is what you're saying, Armin. Got it. Good feedback, though, man. That's why you lose these games, because you learn. GG, well played to him. He played a great game. So you need to go double train. And, yeah, I had 2 Bull Centaur renders, but they weren't enough. GG, dog. Thank you for the lesson. See you in finals. Okay, so now we are going to be playing Kislev now. A good match. The Dreadquake actually did okay, all things considered. But, yeah, I think you need to go more cheesy, right? So just, like... some shit like this, right? Just some awful, miserable cheese. So you go triple Skirmisher, and then you go, like, double Iron Demon. Yeah, and then Bull Centaur Renders, like, spam. And then just spam Bull Centaur Renders. Like, something like this, where you just run around in a Death Star and just are really toxic. That's probably how you got to do it. Dreadquake was fun, though. It was. GG. All right, so he's going to report that, and hopefully he will do it now. Report that score, dog. So he's going to report it. Yeah, not having Terror, too. I did have a train in reserve. I figured that would be enough. But Astrogoth I like in that matchup because he's he doesn't get bullied by Borboy Biggins because he's infantry sized. So he can like get in the thick of those fights and help you win them. But yeah, having a big terror-causing Lord could be good, too. Like dropping some burning heads on the archers and things like that. Yeah, very, very viable. I can see the feedback there. Okay, so let's see this. And where are we now? We should have an opponent here in a second. I think I play... Or am I that far up in the brackets? No way. Yeah, no, Armin, it's not the way I like to play, for sure. Okay, perfect. Doing some admin stuff. And homie is going to report the score. He is going to do it. Text message sound coming in strong. You got it. Okay, so let's see where we are in the brackets now. We should be pretty far along in the bottom, yeah. So we got, if we take a look at the brackets as they are, we have this position. Oh, hello. Wrong button, sorry. We are, so we have Croissant and FF and Space Pope and Wookiee playing. And then those two will play, and then I'll play the winner of those. So let's go see if we can find that matchup. Or, let me check this. Okay. And yeah, we're still waiting on that. Okay. One of the lobbies is named. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So let's see if these guys have started. Space Pope. Oh my god, there's several Space Popes. Is Space Pope like a known character? Yo, did you two start? Okay, and then Croissant Overlord. And then on the bottom side, we have Croissant. I think they started. So we probably just need to wait. Although we might be able to find another game to cast on the top side. Oh, yeah, we have Boss Toss versus Turtles Army. Let's do that. So, lobby code, please. Thank you. I'll cast your game. So we're going to cast the semifinals at the top side of the bracket. Yeah, so we do have a game. Turin, when can we expect a variety stream? This week, I'll do one. Yeah, I love those streams. They're always so fun. Yes, we will do a variety. Maybe like tomorrow night or something? I just haven't been streaming as much during the day because it's so damn hot, dude. Milk truly was a bad choice. It is very, very hot. Okay, so we're going to cast Boss Toss versus Turtles Army. So these are the two players. The player who just took me out versus Boss Toss, who has been cleaning house on the other side of the bracket. Yeah. And it looks like it's going to be Bretonia? Well, maybe not. We don't know the matchup yet. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab some water. I was just ranting to myself for 30 seconds, but yeah. As far as the RTS variety, not sure what we'll do. We'll figure it out. Maybe revisit some old games from the days of old. I was thinking about maybe doing a little bit of Project Zomboid again. I one of my buddies wants to play, and the new build apparently has multiplayer in it now. So we'll see. Have I ever made pizza with my bread making skills? No, I haven't. No, I've only made French rolls, really. I stopped making it. I was getting fat. I had to quit, man. How many of you guys have gotten into bread making? And if so, how much weight did you put on? Or did you have somebody in your household who ate it in your stead? I'd be curious to hear if I'm the only one. Zomboid's really fun, man. It's a great game. It is a great game. We did a big Zomboid PvP event. That was pretty funny. We had a bunch of people from our Discord get on and do a big PvP event. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know actually how that works on YouTube. Somebody made a really good Warhammer Bannerlord mod for multiplayer. If you guys haven't seen that, let me see if I can find a link to it. I wanted to do a PvP event on there as well. Do you plan on playing Dawn of War 4? Oh yeah, Titus. We're going to go hard in the paint on that, man. We're going to have a whole competitive circuit running. It's going to be very, very fun. You got into buying Doritos and gained weight that way? Fair play. Okay. You just buy bread? Yeah. I make my own bread, but it's so much work that I'm not eating it regularly enough to get fat. Understood. My wife and I got into making sourdough, and my wife got good enough to sell it at local markets. Awesome. Sounds awesome. I love it. We did fully replace buying bread. It's great. No extra weight so far. Okay. My Nurgle has been knocked out. The most evil dwarf build possible. Oh, the dwarves got you on the bottom? Wait. Oh, but Alexander, you don't have an opponent there yet, do you? You're still on the bottom side of the bracket, aren't you? Let me see. Yeah, Alexander, you're still in the tournament. Your home videos are gold. Yeah. I love Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era, but I also really don't like the box meta. Like that meta of like breaking into biomes and just getting the boxes is like my least favorite part of Heroes of Might and Magic. I do not enjoy that at all. That was kind of what made me, because like you do get forced onto those maps, right? Sometimes you can't always avoid it. It's your favorite part. You like the boxes? Yeah, they're not for everyone, but some people like them. Yeah. What's up, Big Sarge? Welcome to the stream. I'm the dwarfs. My build is evil. Okay, so you're the evil dwarfs. Got it. Oh, shit. I need you to lose, Alexander. God. We're kind of in trouble. I'll show you why. So if Alexander Nuts wins, he's playing dwarves, and I'm playing Kislev, which gets hard countered by dwarves. It's like a 80-20 matchup. It's awful. So that's pretty bad. We do not want that. Alexander, we need you to go into the pits against one of these other two players. Hopefully one of them is playing Skaven or something. We'll see. Yeah. I don't want to go out like that. Need more Legion Tower Defense. Dude, that game... Oh, we could play Legion Tower Defense in between matches, too. We could totally do that. But I think casting games is more fun. The lowly creatures. Oh, man. I love that so much. Lumberyard Zomboid was funny. It was, yeah. Yeah. I would do another Zomboid PvP event. Is the new build better for that, you think? I wonder if it is. All right, so as far as this matchup goes, I would imagine that Boss Toss will go for like a mobility build. Although Otsuchi Castle has a lot of trees and line of sight blocking, so like the skull cannons and things like that are going to have really big problems. No, it never gets obnoxious, dude. I think it's funny. Once again, the Chaos Dwarfs come up short. Yeah, I didn't know the build against Greenskins. All right. So, guys, do you lads want to see the new Total Tavern website? It doesn't have like everything on it yet. Like it doesn't have like the I'm going to change up and add some graphics and things like that, but you guys ready to party? Do we want to do it, Precious? Yes. It is definitely a big old step up. You get to the pit by boar and you'll get out by some dwarf guns. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. Hey, Ed, thank you for the $9. Thanks for doing a future RTS variety stream. You rock. Also, when you saw Fred Durst in the wild, how did you hold back from saying hello? So I saw Fred Durst at a sushi restaurant. He was with his family, and I didn't want to like go over to the table and be like, "Oh, dude, I did it all for the nookie too," you know. Um, yeah. So yeah, I didn't want. But if I ever catch him in an opportune moment, I will definitely have a chat with Fred Durst. All right, so let's go. Let's check it out. So this is the new Total Tavern website. So you can see it has a much cleaner leaderboard UI. You can click on players' profiles, for example, and you're going to be able to see their avatar. You can see their win to loss rate, their most played faction, so they get like a badge for the new faction, and you can sort by different games. So we'll get into that a little bit later. Ranked and unranked is going to be a new game mode for a queue system. So we'll show you that. Anyway, so you can see their win to loss ratio, you can see their most played factions, their match history, and you can navigate to other players from there. As we go to the front page, here are what the tournaments are going to look like. So we don't have it populated with tournaments, but if you go here, you're going to see the new tournament. So you see the start date, ongoing, the players signed up, format, and you can get all the format details up on the top side. You can see the signups. So this is what the check-in looks like. It's much cleaner, much easier, and this is obviously just placeholder, but that's the main description. Here's what the rounds look like. So if it's a Swiss tournament, you can see very easy to report, much easier to read, and of course it will be different for like brackets, but this is like a showcase of a Swiss tournament, right? So then it has a playoff section as well. So when a Swiss tournament goes to playoffs, you're going to be able to see the playoff section. And yeah, it's all on one page instead of splitting over to 2 pages there. And you can see the standings for the tournaments. And you can also see this new variable, which is the opponent's win rate. So pretty cool. You can see the combined win rate of the opponents. So that's another good tiebreaker as well. So as we go back to the front page, it's also going to have a ranked queue system. I'm not logged in, but here you're going to be able to queue up for ranked games and get matches with people in Discord. So it's all going to be managed here on the website. Aside from that, we do have the leaderboard, which is going to be here. And again, you can navigate to the players and you can search from various seasons, depending on what season was played, and see who the best players in the world were and get all that. And yeah, stats page is really nice as well. You can see the top 5 factions are going to be highlighted. But also, yeah, man, Marshall did such a good job. So he made it so you can toggle top players. So you can see the win rates that is only incorporating the stats from the strongest players on the leaderboards as well. So that's a really, really nice one to have there. There's going to be a bounty section as well, where you can like look up bounties and see who got them and claim them and whatnot. It's got a lot. And of course, it'll have blogs, Hall of Fame, all that typical stuff. Tournaments are going to be here. I mean, you can see all the tournaments historically, and it looks so much nicer. It looks so much nicer. So, yeah, you can see all the tourneys that are going to be on the website. All right. As far as this goes, we also, there was one other thing here I wanted to show. What was it? I think, yeah, the ranks, stats, guides, bounties, all that goodness. Yeah, it's just in the top left. So check it out. So it's future-proofed for future games. So we can have different, oh shit, the game's probably going. We can have different tournaments drop down. So Age of Empires 4, Company of Heroes 3, Dawn of War 2, Dawn of War 4, Warhammer 40K. So we can have different tournament scenes and circuits hosted on this website that will have their own leaderboards, their own tournaments. It can do FFA, it can do free-for-all. I believe it can do 2v2 and different team formats. It's just a massive, massive step up from the old website. So it's super, super exciting. Yeah, super exciting. So yeah, that's what's cooking. So it can host, if we want to have different tournament scenes for different games, it can all be done in one place. And you can just navigate between. The website shouldn't crash when you have a lot of people playing, but we're going to find out. We have to stress test it and do a few other things as well. All right, guys. Let's get cooking. Let's have some fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the demo. And here we are. Spawning in on the north side of the map, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be Legions of Marauders. Backed up by some dual weapons, some more killy units in the back via the Marauders of Khorne. Blood Beasts are there to provide mass and make sure the infantry don't get run over by chariots and pigs and bacon and all sorts of stuff like that. Hounds of the Blood Hunt over here as well. And we do have the Exalted Bloodthirster on its way out. Cool. So Exalted Bloodthirster, kind of a big bruiser character. And for Turtle's Army, he's definitely the Lord of the Wa. If we have a faction war, this man will definitely be playing the Greenskins. Gorbat Ironclaw, and he does have his Orc to the best, as well as the Great Leader. So Homeboy's going to be buffing all nearby units, very strong. And then an Orc Shaman with him with Gaze of Mork, as well as the Fist of Gork. Orc Boys, Ruggled's Armored Orcs, and a couple Archers in the back. Morgub's Magi Marauders and River Trolls are going to be the epicenter here. Those bad boys are going to be doing it to it. And the battle is soon to be on. Objective 1 going to be going to the Greenskins. Objectives 3 and 2 are going to be going to the Champions of the Blood God. Bastos, we haven't seen him in some time. I think he's just made a little bit of a comeback here and is going to be back in the mix of things, which is very exciting to see. Bastos always one of the more fun players to watch. Very, very good. And moving on up here, it is going to be just a Royal Rumble on Objective 2, it looks like. Meanwhile, the Bloodthirster is going to be juking and dodging the Morgub's Magi Marauders, trying to get a little bit of poke. Now, the side missile shot going down, and look at that. So this is what Turtles Are Me did to me the other day, using the Amber Spear, but Gaze of Mork on a spell-resistant unit, by the way, who has 35% spell res, still takes down about 30% of its HP. So that's actually very, very cost-effective for how much that cost. The Wind's Magic on that spell is only 5. I mean, that's like as much, not quite as much as Abuna would do, but like in the ballpark, right? Now, of course, it does take a little bit more positioning, but very, very clean play there from Turtles Army. I did like that one quite a bit. All right, so Warriors of Chaos, a.k.a. the Coronate Champions, calling in the Hellforge Bellowers. Now, this shotgun wagon is very, very good at shooting against archers and other units like that, so we'll see what Bastos is going to be targeting. Looks like just going for the low-hanging fruit here, and it's going to be hitting the Orc Boys, and does a little bit of aftershock damage as well with its flame effects. So he is able to nail that and do some good damage, as they say. All right, and the battle is on, and we have the man himself in chat, Marshall. So Marshall in chat is the gentleman who's working on the website and has done such a great job. I'm super excited, and yeah. Honestly, I'm so pumped to, like, I almost want to start like a tournament circuit for other games now. Now that we know we can host them all on that one website, I'm like, let's get a co-tournament scene going. Let's get this going. It's just, it's so freaking cool, man. You did a great job. Awesome stuff, Marshall. We really appreciate you, man. And up in the front, we got the Marauders of Khorne standing ready, and 2 trolls are out. River Trolls. So what do River Trolls bring to the table? They bring the stinky odor, so they lower the melee attack of nearby units. Another Hellforge Bellower shot into the Orc Boys, as it looks like the Greenskins are thinking about contesting the objective. They are indeed. And what are the archers up to? We got 1, 2, and 3, so those bad boys sitting and ripping shots where they can. But all is calm. Just a little bit of a calm before the storm, but the Greenskins look like they're going to be advancing up and pushing their infantry on the objective. Khorne, will they do the same thing? Now, Bloodletters, you know, will do pretty damn good against Greenskin infantry. They can pretty much trade well into all of them. They'll beat Savage Orcs, they'll trade into the Orc Boys, they'll uptrade into Black Orcs very effectively, so I do like that pick as well. And what do we got? More shotgun shots coming out from the Hellforge Bellowers, shooting into the Trolls. So the Trolls do eat a little bit, but overall it was kind of a tickling shot, so they're not going to take too much damage there. Minotaurs with great weapons are called out. A very good answer against Trolls, as well as Boarboy Biggins and Boarboys in general and Pump Wagons, but they're very weak to Archers. Despite their 70 armor, the volume fire from the Orc Era Boys, as well as the Ruggled's Armored Orcs, can do some really, really big damage there. Retreating back are the Forces of Khorne, and it looks like they're going to be yielding the objectives to the Greenskins. And another spell was coming out, it looks like, from the Orc Shaman, but it looks like he did cancel the spell there. It was some sort of a magic missile, but he just, I guess, moved and or switched spells to cancel it. Pulling on back here, the Greenskins very happy to take advantage of the free space. The Air Boys just waiting for the Blood Beast to come on in. Blood Beasts only have, they only have 40 armor, so they're going to be very weak against that missile fire. Hellforge Bellowers are shooting, but this map is kind of an unfortunate one for such fire. There's a lot of like little sparse trees in Otsuchi Castle, and they are going to be causing a bit of a terrain issue, right? As they do shoot away right there. All right, so Objective 2 and Objective 1 are in the clutches of the old Greenskins, and they're catching up on points right now. Bastos, though, he is a mighty RTK champion, and we all know that RTK players have no fear of building up their armies and waiting. And another magic missile. Dude, Turtles Are Me, quite the innovator with his magic missile play. We have not seen that at a high level. I mean, it gets used a little bit, but we don't see it often, so very cool to see him innovating and doing that. That is for sure. Gorbat Ironclaw moving in, and he could definitely bully the Hellforge Bellowers, but there are levels to this shit. The Bloodthirster would put Gorbat in the trash can if they did fight. He's strong enough, 5,800 HP, but this is a greater demon of the Blood God, so it is a a whole nother level. Gorbat actually gets in there, gets a little bit crunk, hits the Hellforge Bellower, and is going to be retreating like a smooth criminal. Although it looks like Dad is coming. Oh, Dad is here, and the Bloodthirster does end up whipping him, doing some considerable damage actually, and ends up not being a great trade because Gorbat obviously isn't going to be able to heal, so he does not want that. All right, so the Greenskins are kind of being aggressive. They're moving up despite already having the advantage, and it looks like Boss Toss maybe going to be doing a rotate, perhaps grabbing his units here and here and moving over towards this objective. We're not sure if that is what his game plan is going to be, but we are going to find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. So the main armies getting ready to clash. Over here, the Exalted Bloodthirster just patrolling the lines, flying back and forth right there. And yeah, just a bit of a standoff that we do have. So what are your predictions, guys? Do you think Boss Toss, the old dog, does he still have it, getting back to the mix of things? Or is the Lord of the Wog going to get this done, get the fat win? We will have to see. So Boss Toss isn't like banking. Like, he does call out 2 Furies. Okay, and now he's going to be going. All right. So the Blood God sounds the Horn of War, and it looks like a full advance is going to be underway. Pretty much every single angle is going to be moving up. So we got these guys and these guys. Yeah, they're all cruising for a bruising. Fury's going to be looping around the outside, so we got one there and one right there as well. And they are going to be trying to shut down archers, but that's hard. I mean, there's a lot of bacon back here. We got Boar Boy Biggins, we got Boar Boy Biggins right here, and several more Boar Boys. And I'm telling you, Boar Boy spam is really, really tough to deal with for some factions. Khorne does have some decent anti-large, but, I mean, Khorne Gores would probably be one of your best bets. Like, saturating your army with Khorne Gores, I would wager, but we'll have to see. Furies, though, however, are not bad against the Boar Boy Biggins. And Boar Boys in general do have low melee defense, so big alpha strikes with Furies. I actually like this play. So Boss Toss going to be using Furies to kind of break up the Savage Orcs, and then charging with his Hounds, although he misplays. He lets his Hounds of the Blood Hunt get charged instead of being the ones who knock. And now come the waves of the Boar Boy Biggin reinforcements as Blood Beasts of Khorne attacking into Savage Orcs, and the Marauders with dual weapons are going to be coming in to help as well. Yeah, Double Fury attacking into the Broken Tusk Mob, and the Raging Barbarians of the North do pile in from the opening and are going to be bringing some extra DPS against the Boar Boy Biggins, who will be kind of weak to it since they have really bad melee defense. But cool usage there. Hounds of the Blood Hunt going to be getting Minotaur with great weapon support, and Khorne taking a big flank engagement here. We'll follow that. Meanwhile, back in the middle, the Minotaurs of Khorne, as well as the Marauders and the Bloodletters, are having a decent break into the Greenskin lines, but the Greenskins are about to get their arrow line back online here and really start unleashing quite a bit of damage. So if those arrows are allowed to shoot, could be a bit of a problem. Now, Boss Toss is really committing to this flank overload here, and some of the Hounds do get caught out by Savage Orc Boar Boys, and the Boar Boys probably will finish the job. The Minotaurs with great weapons, however, though, are ripping and tearing pretty well, although, whoa, going down to the valley here. Boys are pissed. They're going to be getting nice and crunk. The battle cry is up, and that is going to be a nice boost of damage to the entire Greenskin army. But man, Turtles Army just, calmly hanging out, getting his shooting back online, and just has the home field advantage. And the Greenskin mobility is just so cost effective, man. And now we got Big Dog in here. Gorbat is going to be giving +10/+10 stats to all nearby allies, which is insanely strong. So I think that if Boss Toss wants to win this game, he's going to have to get a pick on Gorbat or take down some of the leadership, because right here, the Greenskin Bacon is just going to overwhelm the Minotaurs and the Marauders. I mean, they're not going to hold up too much longer. Blood Beasts, of course, doing what they can. As far as the front line goes, the Archers are just tearing apart Khorne, and the Greenskins are just sending in waves of trash units to target them, while the Archers are just allowed to free shoot and rip apart these dual weapons. Now, the big man is on the hunt. The Bloodthirster is trying to take down Gorbat, which, again, I think is a smart play. But the Trolls are going to come in and make him pay the Troll toll. So there they go. So, Ajo, yes, this is the semifinals of the top side of the bracket, and then we still have the bottom side as well. River Troll is able to fend off the Bloodthirster, and that is why Mass is very, very good in this game. Khorne does manage to get the objectives. They have objective 3 and 2, so during their big onslaught, they did take that objective there. Khorne Gores are going to be on their way in to help saturate and provide a little bit of sustainability. And maybe there's a way for Boss Toss to pull back with some Khorne Gore spam. He does have some AFK Bloodletters, or not Bloodletters, but Blood Beast back there. Needs to get those active. I need some water. Jeez Louise. But the flank push was won by the Greenskins, really. They did very well there. The Flying Demon trying his best to weasel the game back. Minotaurs of Khorne are probably trading very well. Probably going to be, like I said, overwhelmed, but doing well on the way out there. The Exalted Bloodthirster fighting Gorbat. Gorbat is no slouch in combat. He does have 50 melee defense, so he's pretty, pretty durable, and of course has high armor as well. Khorne Gores saturating up on the objective, but they're not going to be great at clearing out the infantry. That's the problem, is the Boar Boys will uptrade into Khorne Gores all freaking day. There's still a lot of good quality infantry that needs to be dealt with here. I mean, not good quality, but I mean, Orc Boys and Orc Boy Spears. Khorne going in on the flank engagement once again. Furies unfortunately do get tied up onto Savage Orcs, which is going to be a bad trade for them. The Minotaurs here managed to get about 1,500 value, so they've done very, very well for boss toss. And maybe the late game terror here for the Blood God could be good. We're going to have to see how this goes. Gorbad, oh, we got the boss fight. The two big bosses are going to be clashing as the whip drop is going down on Gorbad. This is so awesome, man. This is why Warhammer Fantasy rules. Yeah, big Greater Demon duking it out, winning the fight against Gorbad Ironclaw. He's currently broken. And that would be one way Boss Toss can do it. If he takes down the Lord, gets a leadership penalty on the Greenskin army, manages to stabilize a couple of key pieces, maybe. Probably some unsummoning is going to be necessary on these units, but man, does Khorne look really anemic on the battlefield. And just like we talked about, the Khorngors are being overwhelmed by 2 Workboy units as well as a Pump Wagon. So even though they are good against Pump Wagons, the Khorngors are not going to be long for this world. They're just going to get trampled and overwhelmed by just the sheer number of Greenskins. Greater Demon swooping across, going to be pouncing down on Gorbad Ironclaw. Blood Beasts of Khorne fighting it out as well, and it's looking somewhat similar to the game I played last game in terms of the value and the trading, although I think I lost a little bit harder than this. Gorbad does get hunted. Could the Boss Toss bring it back? He is down on points, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. The Greenskins are getting 2 victory tickets a second right now. The Greater Demon of the Blood God going after Gorbad. Gorbad going to be getting his homies in, and they got +10, +10 on the stats. And the Wog as well is going to be nasty. These trolls are going to pack a big punch right now. 132 weapon throwing, 65 and 50 on the combat stats is pretty nasty. And what is Turtles Army banking supplies for? Is he... Oh my god, does he not have anything to call in because of inefficient unsummons? No, he just wasn't... Okay, no, he's got bacon coming in. Okay, yeah, Orc Boy Spears and Savage Orcs. I was kind of wondering, I was like, I haven't seen any new Greenskin units in a while, but he does bring them in. So Gorbad lives with 700 HP. The Greater Demon of the Blood God. Did it just get killed? It might have actually just been killed, unless I'm missing it somewhere. I think he just died off camera somewhere. Yeah, he must have gotten surrounded and killed by these trolls and spears and some of the errors, so... Yeah, that is going to be GG well played. And Boss Toss is going to be going down to the pits. He's going to go to the lower brackets and potentially meet me down there. We're going to have to see who is going to be the Lord of the Dungeon here today. But Turtles Army, man, he is a menace, and he is going to be going on, I believe, to the Grand Finals. So we have a Greenskin player in the Grand Finals. And it makes sense. Again, he's one of the best Greenskin players in the entire world. So no surprises seeing that big dog in there. And cool builds on both sides, man. Very fun. Bloodthirster got about 1,700, and just the flank overload kind of failed. And that was all she wrote there for old Boss Toss. Yeah, no crazy value there. Gorbad got about 1,000. The Trolls did all right. Ruglud's just always really good. And yeah, GG well played. The WoW continues. And now let's go ahead and see if we have our match. I might be playing on the bottom side. Let's go here, refresh this. And do it to it. Oh god, he's Kislev. Are we gonna have a mirror match? Somebody needs to beat him, so I don't have to play a Kislev mirror match. Oh no, he's gonna be down there with a Kislev mirror match. There's gotta be. Are they not playing? What the hell is this? They still haven't finished that game? Let me check this. Okay. And what do we have? Croissant Overlord. Yo, you two playing? Okay, so we're checking on our boy here to see what that looks like. But the plan now is going to be casting this match here. So we'll cast Space Boat versus the winner of Croissant and FF. And then we're going to be playing one of those individuals. Let's refresh the brackets here. Okay, there we go. So we do have that. So let's go get into that lobby right now. Let's get Space Pope. Space Pope. Lobby. No, that's the wrong Space Pope. Oh, there's several Space Popes now. What the hell is this? Lobby code, please. Thank you. Gonna go cast that game. Yeah, I would rather not play the Kislev mirror match, but, you know, again, it is what it is. We'll see if we make it that far. At least we're going to get to see some Kislev games. Space Pope is up. Too many Futurama. Yeah, too many Futurama fans, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so we need a spec slot. Okay, so he's going to set up a spectator slot. We'll get in that lobby and we should be good. What's wrong with a bit of civil warring? You know, most RTS games you just have like limited factions. The reason why I like this game so much too is because you have so much range on the factions. You're not just getting mirror matches. I hate mirror matches in gaming. Oh, I am not an enjoyer of those. All right, we got Dark Elves. Oh, Dark Elves Kislev. That's an interesting one. I'm in. I am in. And his opponent is going to be Lord Bean. Lord Bean versus Space Pope. Dark Elves versus, we don't know what Bean is playing yet, but I will play the winner. When does the new website drop? We're going to test it this week, and then, I mean, as soon as it's, yeah, it's pretty close to being ready. As soon as it's close to being ready. All right. Checking this. Yeah, the Sleeper Nation is back, I think. Yes, I do think so, Bloody Bob. All right. So, yeah, look at this. Okay, so we're going to, now that I've logged into the website, let me show you this. So I'm logged in now, so we can go to my profile, for example, and you can see my win rate. Although, I don't know, yeah, it's not tracking tournament wins for some reason, because I definitely have plenty of tournament wins, but yeah, the new website isn't. But you can see the games played recently, right? So you can see the win, the loss ratio, and let's see what else info it has. Oh, this is cool. So you can see my match history here. So yeah, win over Rogue AI, lost to Abdelzarak, win over Hobo Honkers. Yeah, that's cool. And it even has the icons for the matchups. That's so sick. Yeah, that's really neat. Yeah, and look at that. You can see the tournament. You can see the... Oh, so it does show the tournament wins there. So you can see which tournaments I participated in and which tournaments I won. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's rad. So what other info do I have? Yeah, wins by faction. So I have the most wins with the Empire, second most with Nurgle, Chaos Dwarfs, Walk, Kislev. Yeah, so like literally just my main factions. It's pretty fun. Wow, I only have 3 wins with Wood Elves. Holy shit, I never play them. Yeah, Lord Bean, I'm warning I have a bit of potato pussies. Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Let's go see what the ranked looks like. So ranked queues are not enabled for any game yet. Check back soon. Okay, so that will come soon, I'm guessing. Stats. Yeah, so top players, faction leaderboards. Oh, interesting. So you can see who the top player is on each faction. Oh, shit. So, like, if you go to the current season, you can see, oh, this is how I get people for Faction War. That's so nice. So the best Bretonnian player is, for this season, is Pope Patty. So we got Pope Patty is the best the highest ranked Bretonnian player in this season as well. And the highest ranked Chaos Dwarf player in season 13 is going to be Navigator. Yeah. Oh, look, I'm in there somewhere too. I got a 58% win rate with them. Not bad. Oh, that's so sick. So you can like look up the strongest players. Who's the biggest Kislev dog? We got Big Beast, Lydon, Cheramis, Danikin. Yeah. The top ogre player. Dude, man, he did such a good job with his website. It's so awesome. I'm so excited to launch this. The best ogre player is of all time is Scrambled Egg Special, but this season it's Bird. Yeah, they haven't been getting played that much. They have like very few matches. Is he actually from Vatican City? I have no idea. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, here's the tournaments. So you can see these are the old tournaments here. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see the announcement. You can see the signups. Checked in, who's not checked in. The brackets are here. So this is the brackets, and you can see the path you follow. So this is the top side, bottom side, and oh, here's the top bracket. Here's the lower bracket. So I can edit the score. I can reset the match. Oh my God, that's so nice compared to what we have to do now. Right now, we have to go on the back end of the website. Yeah. Oh my God. So over here, that's an admin thing, I would imagine. So probably some back end stuff. Yeah, this is really nice. Bounties, I would assume I set that on the back end of the website. But yeah, we can have it ready for 40K. So like if I go to the front page, when we go to do 40K, we're going to, put in the correct factions for 40K. We might need to make sure that, because this is keeping the old stats for the other. Yeah, so that's probably something we'll have to do in the back end, like add the factions there. Yeah. Super fun, man. Super fun. Well, anyways, it is time. You can collapse each round individually as well. It's so nice, Marshall. Yeah, Marshall, that was one thing I just noticed is that the yeah, let's go here and do this. So as I'm on the website, we pull up Warhammer 40,000. So that's the game that should be featured here now, right? So I wonder if we should make it probably so it only shows like 40K tournaments here, or do we just keep all the tournaments lumped together? Because if we have a bunch of communities going, it might get a little bit like swarmed. So maybe like when we select a game that isn't Total War, it should only show those. Yeah, maybe. We'll look into that though. And same with stats, right? Like if I have Dawn of War 2, it should maybe pull up Dawn of War 2 stats for all like the factions there as well. You know, I think that's just an idea. But we'll look into that. We will look into it, brother. Dude, you've done such a great job. It rules. Like, people, dude, I can't tell you how happy the tournament hosts are going to be to have this. It is a game changer. Yeah. Life got in the way. What's up, Hosen? Welcome to the stream. We're just looking at the new Total Tavern website. It's so clean, dude. It's so clean. Total War Warhammer 3. There we go. Nice. All right. So Dark Elves versus Demons of Chaos is going to be the matchup here. It looks really good, man. Probably do it by community, may get confusing. Yeah, I think the page needs to be sorted. So the drop-down menu will like toggle a different view. Can't wait to see my 6% win rate. We can look at everyone's win rate now. We can. Bloody Bob, I have no idea. I've been wondering for years. Like every couple years, YouTube does this, where like, yeah. So it's very strange. Like I thought it was maybe like a botting thing. Like I was being like somebody was maliciously botting me, but then there is more interaction on the back end in some ways. It's weird, and the data wouldn't doesn't confirm that. It's just weird. Yeah, it is just weird. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I think like YouTube just sends people who are like asleep or AFK and like on autoplay to my channel. It's very very strange. Is it possible you're going to get 3 Kislev games in a row? Yes. Yeah, Marshall has slayed it. Yeah, he's done a great job. Inticity 77 tournament wins. Yeah. He's got a whole bunch. It's the Slanesh bots. They're becoming self-aware. Dude, we had a Christian bots raiding us the other day. The Lord was crusading on our channel. We had Jesus bots jumping into chat and just spamming Bible verses and stuff. It was wild. Yeah, there was like 2 of them. I guess I hardly call that a crusade, but they were going. They were going for it. Okay, and there we are. Cool. Can also make it that tourneys are on a calendar because now it's kind of... Yeah, we'll take a look, Jeff. Yeah, we'll take a look. Welcome to all the new sleepers. I rise from the sleep to join the stream. Yeah, Jesus bots is definitely a new one because it's like they're not there. They don't drop links. The Jesus bots just drop like a Bible verse. They're just like, you know, trying to preach their religion. Yeah. We've never gotten Mormon bots. No, the Mormons have not raided us. No. It's only ever just like some sect of Christianity. Well, I guess Mormons technically are kind of in the ballpark, but well, the adult bots had to change their game because in the early days, the adult bots would just raid they would join your stream and just drop like a link to like a website and then get instantly banned by your filters. But like now they join and they have like an avatar that is trying to lure you to click the avatar, and then when you click the avatar on their profile, there's I would assume links and things like that. Yeah. So let's do it. Just to make sure we don't have any problems with those links, Professor Pone investigates all the adult links that come into our Discord to make sure everything's fine. He is the expert of making sure those links are safe and yeah. All right. So Dark Elves, it's not a Dark Elf mirror match. I think Lord Bean is just looking at his army. All right. Yeah, we don't know what faction he is, actually. Oh my god, I think it's a Dark Elf mirror. We might actually have a mirror match right now. Holy shit. So I guess I'm playing Dark Elves no matter what? I could go and prep a build. Quality control pwn, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Anyone know how to beat Chaos Silence Cheese? If you give me more specific details, I can answer your question for sure. Futurama. Dude, Futurama is a great show. It is good. And the frickin' there's some emotional moments in that show. Like the whole dog thing where his like dog waited for him, like actually just man, like that was heavy, man. That was heavy. There's some shit in that show, man. It's a great one. It's a classic. Yeah. Would you say Pone is the master at checking? Yeah, he is. He is. Absolutely, Benjamin. Okay. Oh, like when you rush with 2 heroes and your heroes get permanently silenced. I'm new and I didn't understand what happens. Okay, so your opponent rushed you with what? What were the heroes? Give me as many details as you can. Because I need to know how you were silenced. I need to know the matchup. Things like that. Jurassic Bark, the saddest moment ever. I can't watch the dog episode ever again. It's horrible. Yeah. Okay, so it is a Dark Elf mirror match. God. Space Pope, let me message him. Pick a white banner, please. All right. Oh. He didn't. They went with a double purple banner. Oh, God, such misery, bro. Why would they do this to us? Oh, they both... Oh, no, he switched at the last second. Okay. He did it. Okay. Yeah. He did switch. We're safe. I'm not Space Pope. All right. I've seen it with Slanesh and Chaos in general. Like Khorne, I play Cathay and Dark Elves. Yeah, if you're worried about your Lord being silenced, just bring like a Flying Caster Lord or something, and you're not going to have to worry about it, you know? Or if you're in a position to be silenced, make sure that it's detrimental to them, right? But like having a Flying Shugengin Lord with Cathay, you're never going to get silenced. If you're playing your cards right, you just kite them, stay out of range, and cast your spells, and you're going to be fine. All right. Good, Anakin, good. They were both purple, but I think he switched to orange at the last second. All right, talking to Space Pope, and Lord Bean came in with the clutch, by the way. He switched to orange, so now it's going to be easy to tell who's who. So for Lord Bean, it's going to be Dread Spears, Lokir Fellheart on foot, the Corsair Lord looking to contest the objective and do a little something-something, so we'll see what he's going to be capable of. Dark Riders with repeater crossbows, Corsair handbows, and double Bloodrack Medusa. Ooh, the Medusas are here. All right. So, Medusa's very good against infantry. Decent at counter skirmish at 125 range as well. But, yeah. Curious to see what he's going to do. Buna and Spirit Leech, very, very good in this matchup. And that appears to be it. For the armies of Space Pope going to be throwing some shade. He's got 2 shades. The Bolt Fiends, Witch Elves, Spears, and his Lord choice is going to be a Sorceress of Burning Head, which is very good at clearing out chaff units. Very, very good against, like, you know, just the Bleak Sword, Dread Spears, and all those sort of things. So, yeah, that is going to be that. Scourge Runner Chariots versus double Medusa. The Medusa is definitely going to be on the weaker end of that exchange. Granted, Medusas can take ground a little bit better. The Chariots are going to have to stay back, so we'll see how the objectives are all played out. We got repeater crossbows. No bolt throwers. Triple bolt thrower build would have been very interesting here. Just kind of poking, but yeah, not going to be the case. All right. So the battle is on. The Medusas are writhing forward, so there they go. They're really cool looking units. They did a great job on the Medusas. The Corsair Infantry going to be handbows, coming up to escort Lokir Fellheart to the front line. Scourge Runner Chariots with Space Pope are going to be poking away. Space Pope has actually won our recent tournament, so homie did get the win there. And Scourge Runner Chariots, are they going to be unleashing? Yes, they are. And big damage, although they do return the favor and poke those Chariots back a little bit. But at the end of the day, the Scourge Runners should be slightly favored in some of those trades. Repeater crossbows for Lord Bean are on the hunt, and we see Burning Head on Dread Spears. Going to do a little bit of damage, but Lord Bean should be able to dodge it. And the repeater crossbows, if they turn and shoot, I mean, definitely could put some hurt down on the Supreme Sorceress. We're going to have to see how good the micro is from Lord Bean here. Space Pope, of course, one of our regular tournament winners. He's very, very strong, so it ain't going to be easy. Dread Spears, and the orange Dread Spear box going to be advancing up towards Objective 2. Meanwhile, The Scourge Hunter Chariots throwing some hurt down, but the Medusas are both healthy. Shades now are in range for Space Pope. Space Pope playing very much a hit-and-run build. Shade's probably my favorite unit of the roster. They're so freaking cool. But they are setting up, and here comes the armor-piercing shots. They are going to be shooting into Lokir, and Lokir actually takes a lot of damage. He loses about 10% of his HP, maybe about 15% right there. So overall, a decent little bit of Jacka right there. Not bad at all. Call onto the back, Cold Knights. Cold Knights will stop the Chariots from penetrating. You do also have the Bloodrack Medusas for a little bit of shooting as well. Lokir Fellheart going to be charging up. He's got to be careful, though. If those Shades can force him into an overextend, they are going to be able to Daka him down. In the meantime, Deathcaster is coming. The best target for Buna would be the Cold Knights. If you can Buna their Cold Knights and win the mobility trade, you're going to be living your best life. Spirit Leech, though, is activated on the Sorceress of Fire. Not a bad trade at all. Meanwhile, Orange is going to be getting up, and the Repeater Crossbows charging into Witch Elves. I think just missed micro there. I think he had them on the wrong order, and they do end up eating a little bit of firepower. All right, Bloodrack Medusa is creeping. Scourge Hunter Chariots. Ooh, it's a little bit of lag here. Somebody's potato is struggling, but it looks like it is going to stabilize. Yeah, all good. The Bolt Fiends ripping apart the Blackheart Corsairs. It does seem like the micro of Space Pope is a little bit cleaner here so far. He's been able to get pretty favorable trades. We do see the two Shades now shooting at a Medusa. And that Medusa getting pin cushioned, losing about half of its health and a double volley from those Shades right there. So it does look like Space Pope is really, really winning most of the engagements. Here, big Cold One fight, and I would imagine the Supreme Sorceress will come in to help as well. Lokir Fellheart going to be supporting. Lord Bean definitely needs to get those spears up and try and screen those bad boys out if he can, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Witch Elves, in the meantime, on that Crunk Juice, drinking that Little John Crunk Juice, tearing apart these spears, and oh, look at that. That's like kind of a cool still shot right there. But yeah, not going to be long for these spears. Medusas are paying the troll toll. I think one Medusa actually is gone. Yeah, the two Shades were able to do some big damage there. Not gone, but it is routed at the moment. Buna is being exchanged on both sides. Buna activated into the Cold One Knights as Lord Bean trying to rally here, calling out a Master. The Flying Master, he actually would be good at chasing down the Sorcerers up in the sky. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Chariots running over the spears, and if the spears are not braced, the Chariots will actually be very effective against them and are going to be sending those guys packing. Although if they get stuck in combat, these Scourge Hunter Chariots aren't going to be having a good time. Burning Head activated down there. In the meantime, objective number 2 is in the process of switching back to the Space Pope. And that is a whole bunch of Jacka right there, as we see the other Bloodrack Medusa paying the iron price. Up in the sky, Lord Bean is going to be going for the Lord Karate Chop, which isn't a bad idea. You know, try and get back in the game, cut the head off the snake, see if it can do something for you. And the Master of Puppets does activate Foe Seeker, giving him a speed advantage, and he is going to be able to close the distance and make some okay contact. But the objective does start to flip to the Pope. The Pope is going to be getting it in his clutches, as the two Shades probably going to be angling on some characters. The Medusas, I think one of them is alive, or they're both alive still and shooting. But probably not super long for this world. Crows of Cain onto the Golden Knights. Not terrible. They are infantry size, so the anti-large bonus isn't relevant. But we do really see him being pushed back right now. And these Chariots are just running rampant up on the high ground. Really good dual purpose, obviously, from Scourge Runners. Pretty good at clearing infantry, and they also can, of course, take down big targets with their Scourge Runner shots. Which usually with Scourge Runners, you do not want to have them on fire at will. You want to be manually microing their shots to make sure that you're getting as many anti-large shots as possible. Lokir is here, could definitely be taken down. Space Pope lures the Master to the ground and surrounds him with Golden Knights. So he landed on the ground with his character and then counter-surrounds the Master, who's now just being prison shanked by all those Velociraptor cav. And the Master is going to be going down here in a second, and down goes the Dark Elf Master. The Velociraptors claiming glorious victory right there. Yeah, probably going to go on a little while longer, but definitely Space Pope is very favored in this game. He's got his opponent hemmed in here pretty good, although Lord Bean did protect two Bloodrack Medusas, so there's a chance that maybe you can get a little bit of poking going with them. We're going to have to see how this all goes right now. Lokir Fellheart up on the high ground, trying to valiantly defend his home objective. The Supreme Sorceress is going to be getting a Burning Head here in a second. You're going to see it right down the pipe on these guys once they get in combat. Clear them out off the backside, and currently as it stands, yeah, very, very pinned in here. No Burning Head necessary, actually. Just the Chariot Cavalcade is going to be coming in, and the Orange Spearmen are going to be getting wrecked pretty damn good. They're losing a ton of their HP to that flank charge. Witch Elves can probably finish it from here. Lokir Chadhart has seen better days. Looks like he's very beat up right now. Some Witch Elves drinking the Crunk Juice in the back, trying to finish off the Bloodrack Medusa. Meantime, Coldo Knights are up, and it looks like Lord Bean is going to be losing the back objective. The Chariots each have, I believe, 3 capture weight. So that's going to be 369. Damn thing's fine. Yeah, so that capture weight there will be enough. Lokir only has 3 himself, so it is going to be a big old out muscle right there. Shades, like I said, throwing Shades, Cold Knights, fighting a favored fight most likely. They'll be able to hold the Crows of Cain and the Dark Riders in check with their armor. All the bow lines still very functional for Space Pope. He's got 3 of those bad boys in the mix. And ladies and gentlemen, it is looking like a pretty over little match right here. One of the Medusas actually putting up a fight. Wavering sitting at 3 leadership. We could actually see Space Pope lose his Lord. Could this be the beginning of the comeback for Lord Bean? And he does get the pick. The Supreme Sorceress is down. The Medusa misses its last attack, so maybe it will rally, but certainly not going to be functional. Oh, the Harry Potter was coming in for the kill, but it looks like the Manticore is going to be taking off up into the sky right there. Probably a Spirit Leech is going to be warranted. Now, I still think that this game is pretty heavily favored for purple, for Space Pope. But, you know, that's a nice play there. Catching Space Pope slipping and punishing him for his sins a little bit. Supreme Sorceress may just run off the battlefield. We'll have to see. Golden Knights are up. Lokir Felheart going to be trying to help, but he is just going to get punted most likely. There were some Dark Shards called in, but they are not going to have a good time at all. The Chariots are pretty much a hard counter to them. They're going to get run over under the spokes of these chariots, and that is going to be probably the end of their careers. Over here, Space Pope's Lord is running off the battlefield. It's broken, not shattered, surprisingly, despite being at literally 2% HP. Triple cap is on, though. Space Pope does have all 3 objectives. His opponent is bleeding pretty heavily in that regard as the Chariots continue hammering into the Dark Shards here. Golden Knights going to be taking a favored fight here, and the Repeater Crossbows probably need to turn and start shooting at the Golden Knights if they can. Lokir is low. He's sitting at pretty low HP, only 700. The Witch Elves here do get broken, but the Shades should be able to finish the job. And oh my god, that's so unfortunate for Orange. Yeah, we do get the rally on the Supreme Sorcerer. So basically, you just leave this thing AFK, over here somewhere, and maintain your leadership. That is very unfortunate for Orange. That would have been a nice little leadership boon. Would have made a little bit of a difference in some of these fights for sure. So Bloodrock Medusas, there's only 1 left. Golden Knights could definitely finish it off. The Chariots are just cackling here as Lokir Felheart is being picked off by the Shades. He is eating these shots like an absolute champ. He's got about 400 HP. And, oh my god, he didn't bring the Kraken's Helm. That's a big mistake. So Lokir did not bring his healing item, which is a massive mistake. You always bring the Kraken's Helm on him. It's literally the reason you bring him. Spear Riders in the back. Golden Knights are on their way up. And an attempted resurgence in the middle. Golden Knights do engage, but the Witch Elves going to be drinking the Crunk Juice. And honestly, they'll trade reasonably well with the stat line increase while that's active. And Dark Shards are also laying into the Golden Knights there. So they're going to be bleeding. Lokir Felheart's going to be broken. And Space Pope looks like he's going to be closing out the game as Lord Bean is going to be sent back to the shadows. But a very good attempt by Lord Bean. He played very, very well here. But I think that is going to be all she wrote. Lokir Felheart getting it going. Getting run down right there. 300 HP. And not too much more to commentate on. This game's pretty much over. Orange is very barren in terms of units. The Dark Shards and the Shades are going to be shutting down the Dark Riders. The Golden Knights here will win. And these other Shades could even close and get in a melee as well. Oh, you're welcome, Don. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. It's a great game, dude. I love me some Company of Heroes. Always a good time. All right, Scourge Runners. What do we got cooking here? They're up and they mean business. These Dark Riders are going to be weaseling away where they can. Meanwhile, Lokir Felheart, 200 HP, just face tanking basically, while Space Pope is going to be cackling and retreating his Lord into the shadows of the bushes. And GG. Yeah. It was a fun little match there. Good Civil War. Nice try by Lord Bean. He put up a good fight against a top-tier player, Some good scraps. He got the Lord pick. But alas, it was just kind of out-traded by the Scourge Runners and the Shades. So now we are going to be playing Space Pope. It is our time to play Kislev against Dark Elves. I'm actually not sure how that matchup goes. We're going to have to see what that looks like. And go from there. All right. So let me jump out of the lobby. Sorry, I forgot to check value. It's probably just, the things you would expect to get value, probably got them. We're going to be playing Space Pope, refreshing the brackets. Alexander Big Nuts is waiting. So Alexander Nuts on Dwarves. Yeah, so if I win, I'm probably not going to have a good time versus Dwarves. We'll see. Yeah. So awesome. I need to pick a faction, really try and understand all the stats. For me, it's all Chaos every time. That's fine. Chaos is a great thing to main. Yeah. Absolutely. A lot of the Chaos factions have a lot of overlap too. So, yeah, it's good. Old Man T. Always good to set up a new lobby here. So we're going to do that. Let's invite Space Pope to our lobby. And we're going to do our picks and bans right now. So what round are we on? We are currently on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're round 5 maps. All right, so here we go. In time for the picks and bans and all that goodness, yeah. Don't worry, the other one's coming. The other game is coming, King of the Dead, don't you worry. It was literally because it finished rendering first. All right, so I will ban first on the maps. So Space Pope is here, and I am Kislev. So banning Norskin Rise, Road to Talabheim, or Itza me. Itza. I don't feel like Itza, because if I play Itza, he just Dark Shard rushes me, and it's kind of hard. Your server has community dedicated to work with people. Yeah. We got people who will help beginners. Absolutely. If you just go into the group, the chats, and ask questions, people will answer them. Yeah, 100%. We got you, big dog. All right, so my opponent is doing it. We are going to be on Kislev. See, that's my problem. I don't know builds for every matchup. That's something I need to probably have. If I was really trying to win like big tournaments, that would be the way to do it. I kind of just raw dog it every time. I guess it makes me unpredictable. For better or for worse. Road to Talabheim. Okay. There we are, and so it begins. The road to Talabheim. You did good, Being God. You did really good, man. You played a great game, man. Very solid. Hold your head up. Hold your head up high. Oh, I got some evil-ass plays in store for Homeboy. Oh, yeah, dude. That's going to be sick. Yeah, we'll keep that. And then that's not necessary. That is... All right. In the Chaos Warfare Greenskin matchup, I can also confirm that Greenskin bringing Kadai is super hard to deal with. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. They can deal with it better than you'd think. But yeah, it is. I could see it being viable. Okay, so we got Druki here. Druki. They are ready. Okay, so these guys are good. Let's get a couple of these homies out as well. Yes and yes. And maybe we just go with 2 of you on the wings. Yeah, I don't hate that. That is an option. And now in reserve, what do we want to call in? That's good. Heavy War Sleds definitely got some teeth in this matchup. I feel like they could be kind of good. The Big Bear, I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about the bear. Okay. Yeah, I'm digging the army so far, and we can get a couple of you guys to contest the light fields. Huh. Yeah, thank you, Super Freak. Appreciate that, man. Capture cats in this matchup. I mean, I guess if there's like a big monster, they can potentially do a little something. I am a big enjoyer of using Ulrika. I feel like Ulrika is very underrated. She definitely packs a punch. So that's going to be that. And can I save any more money somehow? I think that's worth it. And that's going to be what, 40%? All right. So one more. Let's get that in there. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we have a little bit of dough left. Yeah, what do we have to worry about? Like, is there any threat with, like, big stuff? I guess that thing is always fun. Can bring you. Okay. Does this build have the stopping power it needs to get her done? I think it's got some nice little tricks. Some nice schemes. Is that overkill? What does that actually do for us? Yeah, it's kind of disruptive, I guess. Let's call you in. Get you. Cut that item. Yes. Okay, so we got 125 left. 2 of those bad boys ready to go. So that's going to be good. So then I think we get you and you. Yeah, that looks like a decent little build. All right, let's see how this goes, guys. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. I got 155 here, so let's get that back and call it a day. So it begins, although, hold on. I feel like I'm a little bit weak against this archetype of play. Yeah, there is one kind of glaring weakness in my builds I'm seeing right now. That could put a little bit of hurt down. You guys. I think we need this. Yeah, get one of those guys. That's a little bit better to me. All right, almost ready, lads. I'm playing a very good opponent, so the build needs to be good. Can't have all my weaknesses here. And that is going to be... Okay. I think that actually is kind of sleeper good. Okay. And then how much wins magic is that? That's 5? All right. Yes. Maybe just one of those is going to be enough. Yeah, there we go. All right, that build will do, Pig. That will do. Hawks and Miska is good here. It is. Yeah, it's not bad, but I think there's better choices. Oh, I had to leave, so you're playing Kislev. Yeah, I did lose on the top side. I went 2-1 and then lost, and now I'm on the bottom pits trying to claw our way out. The road to Talabheim. It is time. All right, time to lock in, boys. We got the big stank train coming, dude. Big Stinky is coming for him. And then we got a couple units of Kossars with the bows, just for utility. I'm an enjoyer of those. Then some ambushing is also on the table. So stank is going to be here. We're going to get you guys back and play it very cautiously. Little Grom is up. It's going to be ripping shots where it can. And we have skirmishers ready to go. So you can deploy on the sides on this map, but it's risky because if I deploy on top of them, I could lose a bunch of units. So we're not going to do it. So we got the stank. I don't know what the icons for her spells are, so I have to like actually read them. It's a very obscure lore of magic, right? So yeah. Cool. That's the build. Should be fine. Should be all right. And good luck. Have fun. My opponent has a bit of a wider army, I would imagine. Okay, so you guys are ready. You're going to zip up there and get this objective. Love me some horse archers. Definitely effective little fighters. Little Grom, I think, is a pretty good staple in this matchup, too. We're going to actually put you a little bit deeper set. We're going to give him the stanky leg, dude. Can you imagine Mother Ostankia doing the stanky leg dance? That's a pretty great visual. I think you'd actually be better in the middle. Yeah. I didn't mean to rush him. Yeah, I guess he's taking his time setting up here, unless he's messaging me for something. Let me make sure he's not. Oh, okay. I'm going to do that. We're going to do this. Stank is going to go be Stanky. We're going to get Little Grom moving up, and you guys are going to move up. So, yeah, pretty, yeah, we definitely just shoot the Dark Shards all day with Little Grom. And the Stank train is out. Let's see what he's got. So he's got a Sorceress of Burning Head. Okay, so my Kossar Archers are going to get it, most likely. Yeah, that's going to be take off fire at will. Let's go get this objective. Stank is going to save for ammo. And we can rip a shot, see if he's paying attention. I'm always down to just fire a warning shot out, you know, just be a little bit menacing. We're going to call out a good quality infantry unit to fight. And he's going to dodge that, so there's no point. So now we just focus on the ROR Dark Shards. Yeah, come here. We're going to launch a bear launcher at these ones. And just try and be annoying, basically. All right, so you guys come over here. These guys can creep up. Let's take them off fire at will. Very good. And we launched the nuclear bear launcher operational. I could rampage as Lord, actually. I could. It's kind of a cheeky little idea there. But it looks like he's going to stabilize that objective. All right, so you guys, let's get you up. So shields and shields. Archers are going to start shooting at the shades. We're going to pull across this way, tighten up, and yeah, hopefully just endure. So the Dark Shards are doing a lot of damage. Shades are there, and we do manage to force them back a little bit. So I think we just retreat and just make sure we don't lose this side. Let's send the big dog over this way to hold on to that one. And just play it very, very cautious. you know, very cautious here. So we're gonna, can we pack trap you? No, it's not gonna happen. All right, so you're moving, you're moving. Next up, we call in Warbear Riders, 100%, and that's gonna be a dodge, which is great. So we pull back, keep that little Grom going, and yeah, we're just gonna kind of keep poking away where we can. You guys shoot, you guys shoot. You guys are coming out right there. And Mother Ostankia, I do have the, I don't know how good the damage is on this. Yeah, I don't know how good that is. Let's treat you guys this way. You guys are going to pull back. In the meantime, Little Grom is going to be ranged here kind of soon. I don't like giving up this much ground, but we might kind of just have to. So let's go here, park you guys on the objective. Mother Ostankia is going to be coming, and we almost have enough for a Warbear Rider. Yeah, we almost do. All right, so just holding on to the point. We could bring out the big dragon. I think the Warbear Riders will be a little bit more impactful here, so we're going to get up on the point. You guys are going to go in here, and you guys are going to go right there. And Mother Ostankia can go start shooting again. She's going to do this, and I can rampage you guys. So where are our Warbear Riders? So we're going to rampage them and get the Warbear Riders popping out on them right now. Try and do a little something here. You guys just retreat back over this way. And here comes the rampage. So they're going to get rampaged. Bear Riders are going to go get them. You guys get back. We break your momentum with the pack trap. Retreat, retreat. And now the skirmishers are going to go. And Little Grom needs to get back online and start wrecking these dark shards if we can. All right, so they've done good. So let's move through this way. Shoot right there. You guys keep coming under here. And we do have this big debuff right there, which I think could be quite good. All right, so the Bear Riders are not doing quite as well as I would like. They're doing all right. Yeah, and the 2 archer units, we can get them to start shooting at you guys. Let's get you guys in here, you guys in here. And now we can get 2 of these guys, or maybe just 1 to pop around the outside. Shit, did I misclick? I did. Great. It's fine. We'll do that. And Mother Ostankia needs to get in on her chariot and help win some of these fights. Retreat you guys back. Retreat you guys back. And yeah, you guys are going to go through. And then we'll call in 1 more dervish over here. Get around the backside and just go be annoying. Okay. So I do have another bear launcher. Let's get in there and do our thing. Dervishes are going to dive. You guys are just going to keep kiting. Outstanding. And here comes you. Let's get you under. Mother Ostankia can go get on the Dark Shards, the Bolt Fiends, if she wants to. Let's get you guys right there. You need to dodge. The Bear Riders need to get back. So we need to retreat you guys. You're going to come over the top as well. Our archers are doing fine. So let's do this. And you guys can go there. And Mother Ostankia can go start heading for the Pain Train. Yeah, the Bear Riders need to get back, though. So back. You guys wheel around this way. So let's do that. Little Grom, shoot into the shades. You come over here, dive this. And let's now get you guys going right there as well. All right, so Malediction of Madness. I don't know if I love that. Let's go ahead and do a bear launcher, a nuclear bear launcher detected right there. And we are going to get on top of some of the shades. Mother Ostankia needs to go get her hands dirty as well. So we need to do the Forbidden Fens to lower the speed right here of these guys. Go get on top of the shades right there. You guys shoot there, and we're going to call in some shot cav in a minute to deal with that. All right, so several of the range units do get compromised. We're going to get you guys up and under here. Yeah, Mother Stank did get it done. And now we can do a little bit of this. So that's going to do some AoE damage there. So keep circling. Little Grom is in some danger. You guys back, and pack trap right here. So we're going to pack trap and then get the Griffin Legion to come in and hopefully just end their careers. We'll see. Warbear Riders can go fight those. No, those are Dreadspears. All right. So the Stank Train, unfortunately, a little bit caught up here. We might need to sacrifice one of our light cav to save her. We'll have to see. Just keep shooting here. Looks like the Stank was able to get away. And yeah, the Griffin Legion doing good. Little Grom, let's get it back online and have it start shooting at the Velociraptor cav. I think that's going to be fine. You guys go out this way. Unfortunately, I'm triple capped, right? So the nature of the build is like, yeah, it's kind of a little bit shitty how this is going here. Yep, light cav, let's get in. Run you guys down. You guys are going to form up, start shooting at the spears. And man, Stanky got trapped again. I don't know, that lapse in micro, that's so shitty. Yeah, I think I just threw the game. I mean, I'm still behind, but with Stanky getting trapped like that, I think we're just cooked. Yeah, that's really bad. All right, now we got to shoot at the Lord. I mean, maybe I can get in there and try and salvage that, but there's so many cold ones. I think the Stank has just paid the ultimate price. All right, so how is the shooting going? Yeah, Light Cav are doing some work. Bear Riders, I don't know what they're doing here. If I didn't lose Stank, I think I have like a rallying option because his army is getting really raggedy. But with Stank being dead, we're probably just cooked. That's unfortunate. Yeah, she was pretty good too. The rampages, a couple other things, I think were very effective. Let's get back here, run down these Bleak Swords real quick, try and free up our backfield, pull the Bear Riders in. Damn, yeah, that sucks. All right, let's shoot at you. And now I can go ahead and send some just spears over there just to try and get that objective. The Griffin Legion should be able to turn. It looks like we ran those guys down. And we got Bear Riders in the mix. We do. All right, so Bear Riders, let's wheel them back. We're going to get you right here shooting at these Cold One Knights. Yeah. How's the Griffin Legion doing? Cool. And cannon, let's shoot. Have you guys turn and fight. You guys just skirmish away. And you guys need to go and get a pack trap on these homies. Lock them down. Get the bows to start shooting at them. Maneuver away. And the Griffin Legion can hopefully equalize that. You can see how his like army's not super good. Man, if I just didn't lose Stank, we might actually be okay. That's the one thing that sucks here, you know? We would be in good shape, actually. We could probably rally. Because we are getting ground, but it's kind of hard to get this ground back. Let's get... These guys are both spear units, so we can totally just get them in. Let's keep our mobility going. And, yeah, just fight there. All right, so is this fight looking good for us? It kind of is. Yeah, getting a little bit of a collapse. The Burning Head there is very good. Well played. I think calling Stank in would be the correct play, but I don't know if we have the time for that. All right, so the archers, how are we looking? Yeah, you guys retreat. He's got some shit flanking on the outside, so let's get you here to run this down. And our halberd did arrive. Let's see if we can call in some mobility pieces to go try and wrestle that. Bold strategy of him to charge in there, that's for sure. All right, you're going to keep running. Get away there. Little Grom tied up, yeah. Without Stank, we lose a lot of agency on the battlefield. Cold One Knights are, of course, very difficult to deal with. Streltsy maxing could have been okay, too, but I think it would have had its weaknesses. All right, let's get the Streltsy unleashing on the Shades here. You guys come run down the Shades there. Did we kill his Lord on accident? I think he just lost his Lord. Okay, that's something. Does that actually give us any fighting power here on the battlefield? I don't think so. Yeah, you guys move up. I mean, the halberds are doing very well. The objective, we have halberd units there, so they should trade reasonably well. Streltsy are advancing out of the bushes. Let's get you coming up and march you up on the objective. I mean, God, look how raggedy his army is, too. Very close knockdown, drag-out fight, but Stank, we needed her to live. Because this is cost-effective for us. We got, like, halberds fighting Cav all freaking day, dude. You know? That's great. All right, you guys come across. Kossar bows are back online. Let's shoot at these guys and advance up. You Cav, we can just get these support, move you guys up. Yeah, and I guess just some random junk fighting back here. All right, so how's that looking? Yeah, the halberds are actually doing really good. They're doing very good. We need to pull back, saturate in a little bit. Looks like the Doomfire Warlocks are going to be running. We have these guys moving up this way. Do we still have time? Yeah, the accidental Lord snipe, I know, but his Lord is much cheaper than mine, so it's not that big of a deal for him. Yeah, GG, well played. We threw when we lost Stonk, because if we had Stank during that whole back trade, we would have pushed him back way quicker and maybe had a chance. Especially if we got his Lord. Just, we pulled, as you guys say, an anticity. GG, dog. Okay, so next up, we have Dark Elves versus Dwarves. Yeah, we have Dark Elves versus Dwarves. Man, that Lord throw sucked. She had so much gas in her, too. She had so much gas. Okay, so let's get you. See how Stank did? She did good. Grom did good. Probably needed to be a bit wider, I would wager. The Bear Riders came in, performed okay. Yeah, the Little Grom was good, though. I liked the Little Grom. Just when we lost our lady, we were in Suffer City. It was a wide build. It was. Yeah, it was a wide build. Stank kind of leads to that. Maybe cutting the Akshina guys could be a little something. I don't know. Mass mobility could work, too. I think like a sled-centric build would be nice. Yeah, could be good. The old lady did not get it done. The value on the Lonely Halberds, they did really nicely, man. Yeah, they did. Lobby golds. Lobby code. So we're going to be casting the next round here. It's going to be Alexander Big Nuts versus Space Pope. So the match we just got there. Here we are. And that's going to be joined with code. So this is going to be Dwarves versus Dark Elves, which is a very, very good match. Kislev does not have cheap shields. Yeah, so the Dark Shards are very cost-effective there. So this matchup, guys, is... So let's refresh the brackets. Has he not reported it yet? He has. So Space Pope is here. And then he plays Alexander Nuts. And then Boss Toss is going to be playing the winner of that game. And then the winner of that goes to the Grand Finals to face the Greenskins. So The remaining factions in today's tournament are Greenskins, Kislev. Boss Toss is probably better than me at Kislev too. Greenskins, Kislev. Then we have Alexander Nuts on Dwarves and Dark Elves. Yeah. And that's going to be the play. That will be the play. Who do High Elves root for here? Well, High Elves, yeah, probably Dwarves. I mean, I know Dwarves and High Elves have a history, but the Dark Elves are literally the ones who started the war between the Dwarves and High Elves, so yeah. They would probably root for the Dwarves, I would say. Yeah, that would be my 2 cents. All right, let's check it out. GG to the Space Pope. A beast as always. And now we just wait. We got purple dwarves. There's Don't you dare pick the same color banners. Alexander, I know you're in chat. Change that banner right now. Do not pick Beric Var. You need to switch to something that doesn't look the exact same as the Dark Elf banner. You need to. Yeah. Come on, dog. Alexander, I know you're in chat. I can hear you lurking. I'm going to message him directly, dude. It's time. We're calling the Hammer of Justice down. Make sure you two have different banners, please. All right. So the map is going to be Pit of Treasures, which is very much like a blob kind of area fighting map. It's a fun one. He literally picked all purple. I messaged them. Okay, he picks the Spine of Sotek dwarves. Great. So we're fine now. Greenskins have had some good runs. The thing with Greenskins is they're very weak to vampire counts. So when there's vampire counts in a tournament, you kind of just have a bad time, in my experience. You kind of just have a bad time. Chad's going to get it. Yeah, we'll see. We will see, guys. We will see. I wonder when we're going to get some end times news, by the way, guys. It's been kind of quiet, hasn't it? Is it the Fear and Terror? It's because Greenskins have no magic damage, really, so they get wrecked by the Wraiths. You just spam, like, as many Cairn Wraiths and Hex Wraiths as possible, and the Greenskins just, like, can't do anything. They just get steamrolled. It's pretty unfortunate. They only get magic damage from, like, the Rogue Idol and then Fist of Gork and, like, some spells. But they don't have units that do magic damage, really, so it's really rough for them. It's really rough. Last tourney, there was a match you couldn't tell the banners apart. Yeah, it does happen from time to time. It does happen from time to time. They said they're showing it off at Gamescom. Got it. When is Gamescom? It's coming soon. Gamescom is August 20. Oh, okay. That's a ways off. Shit, really? So Gamescom is when they're showing it. And that takes place, what, August 26th? So that's like a full-on month from now. So that means we're probably, what, when do we get end times? Do we get it in, like, maybe October? Like Halloween? September, October. Yeah, maybe like October is when it launches, if I had to guess. Savage Orcs Magic Attack. Yeah, that would help the matchup a lot if Savage Orcs had magic, yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, though, really lore-wise. I do not know. It's so hard to do, though, McLaggens, because vampires will have you surrounded and enveloped. It's, like, hard to pull that off. Probably September release, you think so? You think it'll be right after that? So they're going to show it and just release it within like 2 weeks? Could be. Yeah, could be. Could be indeed. All right. Dark Elves are ready. Space Pope, is he going to win back-to-back tournaments? That'd be really impressive. He won last time. Defeating Alexander Nuts on Dwarves, though, is no easy feat. Big Nuts was a Dwarf main when he first started playing. He's very good at them. I don't know if he does, Heavenly. I think he gives physical resist. I don't know if he gives magic damage. Yeah. But that would make Urzak pretty solid in that matchup if he did. Can't remember offhand if he does, though. All right, guys. Oh, the Royal Dowie Air Force. So you have the RAF, but then this would be the Royal RDAF. Yeah, the RDAF, the Royal Dowie Air Force. Yeah, here they come. All right, so we got 5 flying machines for the dwarves, including the Skyhammer. And the Greenskins, or the Dark Elves, excuse me, have a more well-rounded build, I suppose. Double Chadganeth Executioner, Bleak Swords, Dark Riders, Lokir Chadheart, as well as a Sorcerer of Pit of Shades. Going to be very weak against the gyrocopters out of the gates. I would imagine he's going to call something in very, very quickly to deal with that. All right. So over on the army, one sec here, let me fix this. Okay, there we go. And now for the army of the dwarves, it's going to be a front line of chaff units. Obviously not too invested in that. And for the greenskins, not green, why do I keep saying greenskins? It's because they're waiting in the finals. But for the dwarf Air Force, it is going to be gyrocopters with brimstone guns, the Skyhammer to carpet bomb the Dark Elves, and also 2 cannons in the backfield. Now, Pit of Treasures is a map that's pretty good for cannons. A single cannon can cover all 3 objectives. So that's pretty good. I do like that quite a bit. Malachi McKyson with his buffing ability, so Artillery Master, as well as the Eyes of Grungni. So not only will the cannons have better range, but their reload skill and damage will be better as well. Yeah, man, the Royal Dowie Air Force is upon us, and they're going to be looking to carpet bomb some of these elves. They are doing it. 5 flyers, I know. It's a pretty evil build, I do dare say. Very evil, very sinister, and let's see what's going to be cooking, man. What do Dark Elves have to counter gyrocopters? They have Harpies. Harpies, Dark Shards, Bolt Throwers, Shades are all viable choices here. Flying Lords, Manticores. They have plenty of things that can chase down a gyrocopter. So, yeah. The question is, did Space Pope bring them in his build? Or is he going to get caught off guard by a skew build and just get wrecked by an Air Force? I mean, it could totally happen. If the Dark Elf build is ill-equipped, that could be a problem. That was we played earlier in connection. Okay, let's see here. All right. So it begins. They are going to be clashing. I don't know why they're not started. Okay, there we go. Both armies advancing up. Cannons will be opening fire here in a second, and we're definitely going to see some contact on these Dark Riders. You gotta love the singing of cannon fire. Some of the Dark Elves do get pounded by cannonballs, losing 7 right there, and the other one did not lose any. But he's going to be playing World of Warcraft and hiding behind the pillar. Oh, I love that. That's so funny. So he is going to be right behind the pillar right there. And here comes the gyrocopters. Cue the flight of the Valkyrie, ladies and gentlemen. It is upon us. I'm very excited in 40k to get some of those airstrike abilities going. That's going to be super fun. As we saw in the gameplay footage, it looks like they're kind of call-ins for most of those. So going to be very cool to use. And yeah, gyrocopters. Chasing back the Druchii army. I personally think now is the time for Alexander Bignuts, if he has the micro in him, to move in and start carpet bombing the Dark Elf army before they get all their Air Force or anti-air in, right? Yeah, they said that these two had some connection issues, so there's a chance that this game might be a lag fest. We're going to have to see how it goes. All right, Flamethrowers activated. The Space Pope does get his Dark Riders lit up pretty good, and the Skyhammer is now on its way in, and he needs to take advantage of that and just wreck those Dark Shards and Hargoneth Executioners. That would be a big value play. So the Harpies are being kited. Alexander Nuts is circling, and you can see that the Crows of Cain are getting taken down by the Royal Dowie Air Force. Cannons in the back, unleashing on the Dark Riders. I would imagine Slayers and or chaff units will come in to protect them. And why has the carpet bombing not commenced yet? There's some great opportunities here to bombard this army. Meanwhile, Crows of Cain are shaken, getting lit up by these, but they are getting good damage on some of the brimstone guns. And where are the bombardments? Where's the horse and the rider, man? Alexander has not blown any of his load yet. He's been very cautious, and he does fend off the Crows of Cain right there. But I'm just waiting for it to happen. Now, Pit of Shades on a 300 gold miner unit doesn't feel great, but it is something. Carpet bombing activated right there, and more bombardments from the gyrocopters there, but they do get caught with a big volley of Dark Rider ammunition. And it looks like one of the gyrocopters is going to be sent running, and the other one is going to fly overhead and does get a nice bombardment right there. Harpies, in the meantime, do get chased back, and looking around the map, we do see the dwarves are going to be anchoring down on the point, but the Dark Elves are going to overwhelm this, and we're going to see if the Royal Dowie Air Force can get it done, as now they start to call in blasting charges. 2 cannons, of course, are singing and shooting pretty effectively, and the gyrocopter on the outside of the map has rallied and is going to be back in ye old business. All right, now where are the Gyro Bomber hammers? They haven't really hit home yet. There are some great opportunities here. The Skyhammer really should be dropping it on these Hargoneth Executioners. Diving in the backfield is going to be going down, and Alexander Bignut's not really protecting his cannons. They're both just going to be getting thrown to the dogs, relatively speaking. He could call in some Slayers or some other infantry to try and fight here. Dwarven cannon crews are very stalwart, so they could last a long time. But we're going to keep tabs and see if there are going to be some bombardments right now. Hargoneth Executioners do get some blasting charges, along with some of those Bleak Swords right there. The gyrocopters are going to be on their way back, and it looks like it is going to be a triple cap right now. So all 3 objectives are going to be in the clutches of the Dark Elves, And the dwarves kind of looking like I did last game. Just forced on the back foot, indexing really hard into ranged and maybe not enough front line. Nice blasting charge right there. But how is he going to keep these cannons online? And now we do start to see some bombardments. The Harganeth Executioner is getting hammered. And I would imagine that these Bleak Swords are going to be getting it as well. Alexander Nuts obviously up in value. No surprises. Another bombing run right there. As I would wager these Bleak Swords are going to be next up in line for the bombardment. Dwarves duking it out in the front, fighting against Harganeth Executioners. The Royal Dowie Air Force doing what they can. Another big bombardment right there are going to be sending those Bleak Swords packing potentially. They're sitting at a very low amount of leadership, and they're going to be getting cooked by the other gyrocopter. Will the cannon crews be stabilized? Malachi Makaisen will probably lose to Lokir Felhart in combat, so not a great fight for him. A very, very good fight for the Space Pope, however. All right, are the objectives on the brink of flipping? It looks like the air has been completely dominated by the gyrocopters. The Dark Elves don't seem to have anything to really deal with that. So as I would guess, we probably are going to be seeing Space Pope going for a stuffing strategy. Homeboy probably going to be just trying to win on the 3 objectives. He's just going to be sitting on those and trying to starve the dwarves out on points. Dwarves probably will eventually rally. Granted, Malachi Makaisen is going to need some help. Losing the Dwarf Lord here would be pretty bad. And it looks like the Air Force, he's calling in the Air Force for supporting fire. That's so funny. And looks like Lokir might actually die here. Holy shit. He's at 13 leadership. Malachi is still a good fighter. Not as good as Lokir, of course, but, you know, he's an engineer. That's more of his craft. And the Air Force still flying around, dropping their machine gun shots and their steam cannons wherever they can. Slayer's advancing. And Lokir Felhart, is he still in good shape? He gets another great boink. Of course, Malachi Makaisen is unbreakable. He's trying to hit Lokir with his wrench, and does he connect? It looks like Lokir still winning that fight. And Malachi needs to start kiting. He needs to create separation so that the Gyro Bombers can finish off Lokir. Lokir getting hit by a big strafing run, guys. Yeah, getting hammered down. 429 and down to 265. And oh my god, he gets no-scoped by the Royal Dowie Air Force. Malachi Makaisen calling in the air support. Now he's got his long rifle. Going to be trying to shoot some of the Dark Elves nearby and helps peel some of those Dark Riders. But will the Dwarves have the time to get back up in the points, guys? They got Slayers coming out. Slayers are a little bit tied up by the Bleak Swords. The Air Force still in pretty good shape. Ammunition is sparse, though. He is going to be running into ammunition issues. Malachi Makaisen sitting very, very low on HP. Going to be sitting at 227 right there. As the Dark Riders are going to be going for the kill on him. Getting a pick on Malachi would be pretty massive, but it looks like he is going to stabilize with 171 HP. Remember, he is a Slayer. So Homeboy is going to be pretty durable right there. Mom, get the camera indeed. Do the Dwarves have enough time? Dark Elves are approaching 800 points. Malachi back here fighting with his beloved Slayers, but Blackheart Corsairs are counter against Slayers with their armor and their anti-infantry bonus. They can do a lot of heavy lifting. Flamethrowers shooting away into ye old Harganeth Executioners, and Malachi Makaisen is just trying not to get sniped. But we can see Space Pope does have a full rage boner and is going to be clicking on Malachi. He gets, ooh, Malachi's almost down. Looks like the Dark Riders are going to ride down the Dwarf Lord, and the Dwarf Lord does fall to the humble Dark Rider unit. But yeah, the pin continues, guys. Dwarves very much in the backfield. The ammunition of the gyrocopters is running low. You know, do you use them as battering rams? That's going to be the question. They can be used as Walmart chariots. They don't do a ton of damage, but enough gyrocopters can definitely swarm like a really chaff-centric unit there. And gyrocopters circling about. What are they going to be shooting right now? Shooting into the Bleak Swords. As the Skyhammer Squadron does come in, getting ready to maybe do a carpet bombing or just provide support where it can. You can see the Dark Elves are almost tabled off the battlefield, guys. They don't have much. Like, they're looking really, really bare bones. Nice pit of shades right there, and the Dwarves just run through it. They don't give a shit, and, you know, their magic resist, of course, will help them a bit. But, yeah, I mean, look at the Dark Elves, guys. We don't have a whole lot. I mean, you got these guys, you got these. What else is still around? Not much, man, not much. But the Dwarves, time is not on their side, and they're slow as shit. So the Dark Elves are just going to be probably spamming in chaff infantry and or Harganeth Executioners to just Helm's Deep on one of the points. Because it is going to come down to that. Dwarven Slayers moving up. Miners are battling against the Bleak Swords right there. And the Giant Slayers are also approaching the objective. The Flamethrower Gyro, very clutch here, by the way. Potentially going to be roasting the Dread Spears. And I can guarantee you that the Kislevites are watching. Bostos is watching right now from the shadows, praying to the Dark Gods that the Dwarves do not win this. Because if the Dwarves win it, Kislev is going to be in a very dangerous position. That is for sure. All right, Miners battling Dark Riders, and we do see the Bleak Swords advancing up to shut down the point capture. Giant Slayers are getting pretty damn close to getting one of the objectives, so they are going to get those. The one thing the Dwarves do have going for them is that on this map, the objectives are all very, very close together, so it's pretty easy for them to get between the points. Big shots coming in from the Grim Delvers. The Grim Delvers going to be unleashing a pretty hellish salvo. Ooh, bombardment from the Skyhammer Squadron. The last one they had, it looks like, and then they are going to be packing up and getting unsummoned to give the Dwarves a bit of a refund. Nice blasting charge salvo right there, and the Dwarves is trying their best to get up on the points, but man, oh man, the Dark Elves are not making this easy. Druki going to be approaching 1,200 points right now. Here they go. Am I wrong, Bostos? Am I wrong? Yeah, Dwarves are a hard counter against Kislev. So, in a way, it's like, even if I did win, you know, I would be probably getting the axe of the Dwarves right now. Guns called in. Those are more Grudge Rakers, so not Grim Delvers, but the Grudge Rakers. Objective number 3 is going to be in the clutches of the Rage Boner Dowie here in a second. So the Slayers and the regular Giant Slayers are going to be pushing off those Dark Riders. And the back objective going to the Dwarves as well. And I'm starting to think the Dwarves might have enough time. Considering they still have air support, they're probably going to be able to get it done. Grim Delvers are coming. Miners with blasting charges are there. 2 more miners with blasting charges coming out. And also, they still have a freaking gyro bomber. And yeah, the Thunderers will be able to probably beat the Dark Riders in melee. They're going to form ranks, and oh, absolute last samurai on those guys as they come in. Talk about getting mowed down, and they're probably going to break and run pretty quickly here. Because, you know, Grudge Rakers or Thunderers are still kind of Dwarf Warriors at their core. All right, the bleeding has been stopped. The Dwarves have run into a bit of a roadblock here. The Dark Elves fighting, trying to hold them off the back point, but a couple Slayers do slip through. More and more Bleak Swords are on the way, but that is so many blasting charges. They are going to be able to Shrek any of those Dark Elf units off. And the guns are going to be on their way, yes, with the Gyro Bombers still having a little bit of ammo. These Flamethrower Gyros, by the way, have been like the most clutch thing in the game. They've been just cooking all the Dark Elf mobility and chaff-centric units. And Space Pope, he knows he doesn't need to hold too much longer. I mean, man, he's almost at 1,400 points, but it's going to be hard when the Dwarves move up. But maybe with some good Dark Rider stuffing, we're going to have to see... Oh, beautiful Grim Delver volley. Beautiful right there. Very, very nice stuff there. He's able to just get him in there. And here comes the Miners with blasting charges. Those bad boys going to be advancing up. The Dwarves fighting tooth and nail on this objective. Flamethrower support coming from the skies as well. Mohawks out for Harambe here as they do duke it out on the point and continue bumping and grinding. Miners with blasting charges are on the way up. They're going to be throwing where they can. In the meantime, Grim Delvers unleashing onto the Dark Riders. Flamethrower volleys are there. And this objective is on the brink of flipping. Dark Riders desperately being called up, but the Dark Elf forces are being massacred on this objective, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that probably is going to be the end of the road for the Druki as the old blasting charges arrive. And we're probably going to be seeing the Space Pope tap out here in a second. Because once he loses this, there's no coming back. Dude, he's very close to winning, though. Look at that. 1,400 points, but the Royal Dowie Air Force getting it done. Calling in the air. I love that. Clan Helheim gets the win, and the Dwarves are going to be closing out the game. So we're going to look at value real quick. And actually, one sec. I'm going to go let my Chihuahua out. I think she's barking. I'm not sure. And I'll be right back. Come in, Lola. Come in, sweetie. All right, we're back. Let's look at the value. So 1,300, 1,200, 900, 1,300, 2,500 on the Skyhammer. Yeah, the other Gyro Bomber got 1,400 as well. So the Dwarves just feasted with their Air Force. Lokir almost carried that game. He tried. He almost took down Malachi and did lead to his inevitable demise. But yeah, Dwarves are not overpowered at all. No, they're actually considered like a mid-tier faction, I would say. Semis. So we're going to host the semis right now. So this is going to be Alexander Big Nuts versus Boss Toss. Now, this isn't unwinnable, all right? I know we've exaggerated. Just goes in a circle. And then we have Boss Toss here. Semis. Dwarves are strong in their way, but they have a lot of like weaknesses too. Yeah. There's some funniness, Bloody Bob, for sure. I wish I knew what it was. It's perplexed me for years. Yeah. All right. Cool. And where are we at? Looks like we're about ready to go. Satisfy the grudge. They have wronged us. Yeah, the dwarves are here. They're coming, dude. And they're fresh. Cool. So we got Big Nuts versus Boss Toss. They'll let me know the map. Let me message Boss Toss. Boss Toss with his Kislevites. Let me know map. Map, please. Did Pope bring any shades? Not in that matchup. He had a Dark Shard, but he just got carpet bombed. He had some Dark Rider Peter crossbows as well. Yeah, he had some anti-air tools. He put up a great fight. But yeah, that was a very... Alexander went with a very heavy skew build. It was very all-in on the air, and yeah, it's hard to anticipate builds like that sometimes. Which two factions might be the Dwarfs face if they win this matchup? So if the Dwarfs win this matchup, they face Greenskins in the Grand Finals. Kislev too. Whoever wins this faces Greenskins. So Greenskins, I would say, are probably... Kislev can beat Greenskins, but you kind of got to be cheesy. You got to like abuse the monsters and the SEs a little bit, I think. And for Alexander Big Nuts, Dwarfs Greenskins is it's a very map dependent matchup. It depends on the map. Yeah. No, that's not the case, Bloody Bob. That's for sure. That's definitely not the case. All right. Have they wronged us? Find out on today's episode of Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. So Kislev is just going to bring like mass things in the woods, maybe some Zargard great weapons, potentially a little Grom. You know, there's a couple ways you can go about it. Yeah, it's hard though. The dwarves definitely have just so many cost-effective tools against you. So we'll see what it's going to be. Oh my god, I love this GIF. Somebody in Discord, this just caught my eye. Let me get this for you guys. This is like one of the, like, this captures Steven Seagal's essence in a nutshell. This, like, there's this scene in this movie where he's like fighting this dude and he like fights from the chair just because he's like too obese to stand up and fight. It's just so good. You notice that in a lot of Steven Seagal's newer movies, he actually, he usually is fighting from like a seat or, you know, not standing up. It's so freaking funny. I love that shit so much. Yeah. Good times. Pit of the... Is it Pit of the Everchosen that they're playing? Let me check. Hold on. The map is going to be... They are playing the Pit of the Everchosen. Oh, man. Okay, this is a wild one. This is a wild one right here, dude. Pit of the Everchosen. All right. So it begins. The great battle of our time, guys. There was like a really piece of shit Steven Seagal movie that came out. It was like something sniper, and he's like plays like a special forces operator sniper guy, and he's like every scene he's like sitting in a chair like sniping from his chair seat. It's just the funniest thing. Like, you know, they have all these like younger actors who are like running around, and he just sits in his chair sniping people. Who's favored between Kislev and dwarves? Dwarves are probably 80% favored in this matchup. Maybe 70%. Maybe 80 is too much. Like 70% favored for dwarves. Yeah. Dwarves have a pretty big advantage. Their baseline, like 500 gold infantry, trade up into Kislev's high-level infantry. Blasting charges are brutal. Their missiles and artillery wins those trades. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's cooking. Kung Fu Chairmaster, it's so good. It's great, man. There was a podcast that like maybe like 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I can't remember who it was, but they did a really funny episode on Steven Seagal, just like talking about his... Oh, God, I wish I could remember what it was. Man. Yeah, love Adamir, that's true. Yes, I think that is true, yo. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, he definitely sucks. And like all of his like Aikido demonstrations are like Dude, you get like Steven Seagal, like these like 5'3" like dudes will just come at him and they just like fly through the air theatrically when he like touches their wrist. It's just like, oh god, it's so cringy. I feel like, yeah, that was it, Gambler. I think it was one of theirs, yeah. Yeah. Hey, welcome, welcome. We got a raid going on from Duke Jason. The Duke himself has appeared. Jason, what were you guys playing, man? Where do you and your homies hail from? Welcome, welcome. Lobotomir? Lobotomir, right? I said it right? It's the first time I've said your name right in 7 years. Oh, Duke Jason, you got okay, I'm looking at your picture, Duke, and it looks like you have Fade Routha from the 1980s David Lynch Dune movie? Is that what you got as your picture? Yeah, you got the Fade Routha. Yeah. Played by Sting. Not Sting, freaking, was it Sting? It wasn't Billy Idol. It was Sting. Yeah. Anyways, boomer moment over. Thank you for the raid, man. Hope you guys had some fun. Turin, I want to, let's see. I don't know if I should be making that decision for you, man. Yeah, that sounds exciting, though. Getting ready to go to bed. Have a great night. Hey, take care, man. Take care. Thanks for joining, boss. Dude, the RTS is going to be firing up pretty hardcore here soon. Yeah, hopefully Dawn of War 4 will rule. Who wins, Danny DeVito or Steven Seagal with the carrot? You know, normally Steven Seagal would take L's, but Steven Seagal could definitely take on Danny DeVito. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Danny DeVito is like 4'11". I'm not sure. That would be rough. Turin could do weddings. My dad actually did a couple weddings. He was an actor, and he got like officially sanctioned where he could do it, and yeah, he did a couple of those. All right, guys, so Kislev is here against the dwarves, and this is a very strange map. This is called the Pit of the Everchosen, and basically you deploy face-to-face with your opponent. It's really funny, and then there's 2 objectives outside of the zones there that you take mobility and fight over. Now, this is actually a good map for Kislev, I think. They've gone for double Akshina, triple Akshina, Mother Stank, who's going to be rocking Witch's Brew for a little bit of damage, and Curse of the Ancient Witch for, Armor Sundering. So lowering the armor with Curse of the Ancient Witch and then nailing them with the Akshinas. That is actually very interesting. All right, Winged Lancers, 2 heavy war sleds, and that's going to be it. Now for Alexander Bignuts, he does have gyrocopters with brimstone guns, and he's got Goblin Hewers, Miners, and a Dwarf Lord there. And immediately Kislev's going to be running away. 2 more gyrocopters for the dwarves on the backside as well. Ostankia is giving a speech right now. Does she have her nuclear bear launcher? She should, the Spirit Bear. Yeah, teach them well. All right, Chariot's going to be going here, and they are going to be securing most likely the other objective. The nuclear bear launcher is activated. Nuclear bear launch detected. Boom, direct hit. Right on the Dwarf Warriors as well as the Goblin Hewers here. But now the Dwarves are coming with a full erection to chase down this Kislev army. The Kislevite Air Force getting a lot of damage into the gyrocopters, but the gyrocopters do manage to get a bombing run off right there. So Alexander Nuts with some good micro. The heavy war sleds kiting and shooting while they run, and Kislev is going to be forced onto the back foot. Bostas does look like he's kind of leaned into a bit of a desperation style of play here to try and deal with a bad matchup. And yeah, this is rough. Losing a 1100 gold archer unit to carpet bombing and flamethrowers is very, very tough. Talk about a technology discrepancy here, right? All right, so Wolfhearts are running. The Royal Dowie Air Force has encircled overhead, and it looks like the Kislevite mobility is going to be going in. Oh my god, it's like Apocalypse Now, dude. We're watching like a feudal army fight like a mechanized modern army right now as the Air Force is just running down these Kislevites. My goodness. And yeah, pretty much all 3 Akshinas are going to be in the trash right now. Every single one of them has been karate chopped. Winged Lancer is going to be called out, and Mother Ostankia is fleeing the scene. I can't help but feel that that initial fight was probably quite demoralizing for Bostas. Welcome to Astalia. Yeah, that was a true welcome to Astalia moment. All right, Slayer is going to be rushing the back objective, and unfortunately for the Kislevites, they kind of counter everything that is there. Now, Kislev is going to be doing the yakety sacks like Benny Hill, just running circles around and trying to kite the dwarves out. But all 3 Akshinas have gone into the trash, including this one here. So they are going to be going. Witches reactivated there, doesn't really do much. And maybe some of the Winged Lancers are going to charge into the Goblin Hewers. Yeah, it could be worse. All right, heavy war sleds and winged lancers circling up to the high ground. They definitely need to get an objective so they're not bleeding. Kislev does currently have 2 objectives. They were able to get objective 2 and stealing objective 1, of course. Mother Ostankia is going to need to flee. Winged lancers trading pretty well in the goblin hewers. Goblin hewers are still slayers, but they, shock charges against slayers are not bad at all. With a little bit of micro, you could definitely get some big damage right there out of those bad boys. A couple of the Action ambushers have rallied. Shots going down from the stank train. Nuclear bear launcher detected. Oh, bear. And the bear gets in there and does pound into those slayers. All right, so the stank train going to be heading over towards the middle right now. Going to be securing this objective right here. The winged lancers and the heavy war sleds, at least the backbone there, are still in okay shape. And the Royal Dowie Air Force looks to be just wrecking these poor Streltsy. So that's a problem. They're isolated, unsupported. This is definitely some welcome to Astalia right here. They're in the air, and they're just getting roasted by that Air Force. And I don't think those Streltsy are going to be much longer for this world here. They do have the Buyer Blood trait, which makes them unbreakable for 25 seconds when they do break, which is nice, but yeah, incredibly tough. Things in the Woods have been called in. Very nice. They are going to get on top of the Dwarf Warriors, but the Goblin Hewers are online, and there's enough Slayers to pilot them, so it's very, very unfortunate there, guys. As they are going to be setting up, it looks like maybe they don't have enough Slayers for all the equipment. They do have enough. Oof. So those Things in the Woods are going to get lit up pretty good as the Goblin Hewers are going to be launching axes across and hewing the Things in the Woods. Some of them are going to be taken down, it looks like, and they're currently suppressed as well from the gyrocopters. All right, guys, up on the high ground, objective 3. Oh, he didn't take it. Oh, no. Oh, Kislev actually did not finish getting the objective. They left before they captured it. That feels so freaking bad. And honestly, if the game's close, that's probably going to cost him. All right, heavy war sleds retreating. Things in the Woods, ripping and tearing effectively. Honestly, Kislev is sort of using the face-to-foot style from Kung Pao, where they just, have to just get punched in the face till their opponent gets tired. The Homer Simpson approach. Mother Ostankia really should have brought her Rampage ability, because she could have rampaged the gyrocopters out of the sky and potentially gotten kills on them. That would have been very, very good. But looks like Boss Toss may be thinking about going back towards Objective 3 to get on there. The Kislevite Cav are on the run, but the Dwarves are looking very, very good. Value trading, of course, it does say Kislev is favored, but you can't trust that value tracker. It's not always right. It misses things and doesn't track every sort of metric. So Stank is running. High ground objective. He probably thinks that's his. That's so funny. Oh my goodness. You really got to watch and get that. But the Dwarves, if they get those Dwarf Warriors there, that's going to be a disaster for Kislev. Heavy War Sleds now going to be rotating over here to the Dwarf Warriors. That would be pretty big. Let's see if they get that. You say I'm